All right, everybody. Good evening. Crow has stepped away from his seat, it seems like. I am your host, Professor Bobo. There he is. Got everybody back. Welcome to the Division C Grand Finals. Tonight we have, from the east side, the Squared Four Triangles going up against Tickle Me Tassadar from the west. I'm joined by the Young Crow and also guest DJing tonight, Linehouse. Gentlemen, what's happening?
Not a lot. Super excited to be here. This should be an incredible matchup between these two teams. There is nowhere I would rather be tonight, and no one else I'd rather be casting this game with. Hey.
Linehouse,
I'm here.
Dude,
I'm
thank you for jumping in tonight, man. I've had Linehouse on a couple of co-casts, and I've read quite a few of the Linemouse digests. So it was awesome to be able to pull you in here, brother, for the finals here for Div C. Guys, what are we looking forward to in this matchup? Crow, you and I have had a Square and Four Triangles, and Linehouse, you have the doctorate in HOTS research.
So we know where we're going for game one. We're heading onto Cursed Hollow, which is a map that both teams have played on. They're both 2-0, if I recall correctly, in the regular season. Thanks, Linehouse. And we've seen Dragonshire and Battlefield banned out. So will not be in this series, even though Tickle Me Tassadar has a passable record on D-Shire. Square and Four Triangles has never played on it. They usually always ban it, but they were not the ones to ban it tonight. It was banned out by Tickle Me Tassadar, and they left Volskaya in.
Yeah, Dragonshire has been like the bane of many teams' existence here in Season 5. Like a ton of Dragonshire bans. But anyway, Linehouse?
Yeah, Linehouse, why is it so odd that they've left Volskaya in the map pool?
It's really odd because Tickle Me Tassadar is 0-1 on Volskaya, while a Square and Four Triangles is 6-0. That's the most dominant map that they have in their entire list. So it is kind of surprising that they would ban the map Dragonshire when, again, Square and Four Triangles, which is a really long team name to say, by the way.
Yes.
I sort of devolved into just calling them the Shapes.
The Shapes.
The
the Shapes.
Boys.
Never played on it, yet they are, undefeated on Volskaya. So we're guessing that we're going to see that map at some point. I am also guessing that we're going to see Tomb of the Spider Queen for Tassadar at some point as well, because that is a map that they are also really successful on at a 5-2 record.
Fantastic. They've been very good there. Just taking a peek at the brackets. This is the first one we take a look at. Here is the east side of things, where Square and Four Triangles undefeated throughout the playoff run. And then on the flip side, we take a look on the west. And Tickle Me Tassadar, the 3 seed in the west, had to go through Sidestep and then had to go through Arrogant Nephilim in a full 3-game set. They're in the Coast Finals. Shout out to some great action over on the west side of the bracket. And now we move on to the finals. The first map pick of tonight is going to be Cursed Hollow, picked by Tickle Me Tas. And as we see from our Aquinas tech, we did once again get Battlefield as well as Dragonshire banned out. Fun things on Cursed Hollow. Guys, are you looking for anything maybe a little out of the ordinary here?
Nothing for me that I'm super aware of. I would expect to see Diablo drafted or banned in the very first round of picks. He's extremely contested and played by both teams, but so is Blaze, and that kind of threw me for a loop. And on a map where your offlane rotations are going to be so impactful in the way that a team approaches their setup for the objective phase, we could see that Blaze show up. He's 100% win rate for the Shapes, and he's an 80% win rate for Tickle Me Tassadar.
Yeah, actually, the hero I was going to say for the Shapes that might be a surprise one is Dahaka.
Yeah, definitely looking at the globals this game.
Right, yeah. But they also, while the Shapes don't play him that often, they are 100% win rate with him when they do out of 5 games played. So, and it is a big map. Globals are very, very important on Cursed Hollow. I could see that guy, Dahaka, being like a sneaky pick.
First
so we,
pick.
So we could actually see a Dahaka ban then.
Also true.
First pick going over to the side of a Square and Four Triangles. As Tickle Me Tas had the map ban. Square and Four Triangles did win the coin toss tonight. We'll see where they want to go. Yeah, globals are a big play. I haven't seen as much Brightwing in the playoffs as I thought.
Yeah, I say.
I mean, I think that teams haven't adjusted to playing with a Brightwing yet again, right? Because that's like a different play style with that type of support. and I don't think teams are really that excited to change up how they play the video game that much for, especially in the playoffs.
It's been, I think it's been a little bit of an adjustment in that Blink Heal seems to be the more powerful heroic, actually. I feel like she needs the extra bit of burst heal and the mobility. And I think it maybe is proving to be a little bit of a jolt in that we're moving away from Emerald Wind post Brightwing rework.
Which is interesting to me because teams have been relying a lot on sort of targeted engage dive stuff with Diablo, Tyrande this season. Not necessarily these two teams, but just insofar as the meta goes. And I found that Brightwing is really, really impactful alongside of Diablo, especially with the blink heal, because he charges someone, you just blink to him and poly whoever he charged after the overpower's been executed, and that's usually pick up anyone without any response. There is the Dahaka ban, like we were talking about. It seems like TAS is aware that the squares or the shapes do play the Dahaka. Well,
they did ban Johanna. Again, they really don't like playing against her.
Why is that?
I don't know, but like, what was it? We had like, she like a 70% ban rate for the
first
square?
pick URL. Okay.
I mean, it may just be a case of tank preference. Maybe it doesn't fit with the rest of their hero pools. The Johanna ban, they just listen. If you want to choke out a safe, largely unkillable tank, why not? And there we get the Dibbles.
And there's the Dibbles pick. So, a Square and 4 Triangles had to know that Tickle Me Tassadar was going to be picking up the Diablo if they went URL. And pivoting from the strategy where they've really prioritized their main tank to securing that URL early. Well, what does it say about the confidence in the offlane matchup?
I would say URL is actually their second highest banned hero for the shapes, right? Because they're the blue team.
Yes.
So to me, that kind of makes sense that they're saying, okay, we let her go through the bans. We still don't like playing against her, so why don't we just take her? And she is a really good, strong offlaner, so it's not like you're sacrificing a lot to take her out at this point, right?
She was impacted by her mana cost being increased in the last round of nerf she received, as well as just the reduction in armor she can grant. Both the uptime on the armor and the amount of got really, really knocked down a couple pegs. But she's still, I found, to be really, really, really strong offlaner.
And maybe they were just happy to get either Mirrodin or Diablo, and they didn't care at that point.
Yrel Mirrodin is my favorite frontline in the game, just straight up. They're impossible to kill. They can dive in and dive out. I shall do what I must. And I like the Alex Straw as the draft here by Tickle Me Tassadar a lot because of that. Should be able to take really convincing team fights here.
A lot of macro on the side of Tickle Me Tassadar. They pick up both Jaina and Greymane, so they have two heroes that are capable of taking camps very early. And you combine that with Alex and what she naturally does with Dragon Queen, and you have a team that can just play safe in the landing phase. They don't really have any need to extend, with the exception of probably of some globe gathering quests, if you will, on Jaina and possibly Alex. But I mean, this is just a nice, safe, and effective setup on the side of Tickle Me Tas.
Who's the offlane going to be here? I'm kind of expecting that Blaze.
I wasn't expecting a Kharazim Maiev.
Neither was I. I don't want to gloss over that.
I'm a huge fan of anytime we can see Kharazim. I like the Maiev too.
There's the Blaze.
Looking for containment disc against Diablo.
Yeah, and we know just the shapes love to be aggressive. And they have some pretty aggressive options here coming out of this draft.
There's going to be a lot of really necessary communication as we see Serenian picking up the Blaze there. What do you bunker? You've got to deal with the possibility.
7-sided strike?
You've got 7-sided, but you've also got, a deep dive with Murd and Yrel as well. There's a lot of different ways that these team fights can go. I've heard that combustion is a thing. I don't believe anybody yet.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
I've seen it as well.
It can be a thing if you have someone like a Rainer. Really, really benefits off of having the
Yes.
But
well, what about Executioner on Greymane later on?
Yeah.
Works as well. It's some different
especially
choices.
with the Jaina might be enough slow though. Like they should be coordinating who their kill target is. So they're gonna have the slow on them anyways from Frostbite. They might not necessarily need the additional slow from the combustion.
But I would argue, though, if you're going to do it, against 4 melees.
Good point. Good point.
That is a lot of melee, and like I said, we see actually different forms of macro on both sides because Maiev has sort of turned into a little bit more of a jungler with a move towards Nishas at level 1, and Karzim can do a pretty good job. So it's two teams that have opportunities in the jungle, but I don't specifically expect them maybe to be going too ham too early. All right. We're about to get locked in. Game number 1 is just about to be underway. A square and 4 triangles going up against Tickle Tassadar. This is the Division C Grand Final. Game number 1. All right. On the side of a square and 4 triangles, Joe is going to be playing that Muradin. I love that. I'll do it. I'm so disappointed this
Every time.
said I get to do it. I make memes. Is going to be playing the Urel Dark Shadow on the Maiev, Mortician on the Li Ming, and Wise Guy on the Karzim.
On the red side of the world, we have Old Pro on the Diablo, Shiba on the Jaina, Bickle on the Alexstrasza, Nikki Santoro on the Greymane, and already heading up, we have Sir Nian on the Blaze, and they are representing Tickle Tassadar.
So everything looking fairly standard. We have a little bit of Q build. Gift the Light for Alex at level 1, which is an adaptation here on the map. New habits for Blaze. So even without the cleanse being available through Alex, both of the frontliners will have unstoppable options, if you will.
Which is a really good decision on the side of Tass. Lets them kind of ignore the threat of the Umbral Bind into 7-sided strike later on. That's what I was worried about. One of the tanks being deleted by the isolation from Karzim and Maiev. But
up here in the top lane, we can see Serenity with the Blaze is already starting to get a little bit more push against Urel. And Crow, you talked about it. She's seen a fairly reduced efficacy in those solo lane matchups.
Yeah, I do play a lot of Urel. And I still play her, but it definitely feels like you have to be globe bullying. And I make means does look like he's in a position here to get both globes.
Dark Shadow, we can see on Maiev already moving to Bruiser Camp, so the faster macro, if you will, so far belongs to a square and 4 triangles. I'm not sure Maiev can finish that camp alone.
Oh, she is close, but she does get it. Greymane has moved off onto the siege camp. Nikki is going to pick those up relatively soon. The early Bruiser camp I actually really like. I see teams normally go sieges into Bruiser.
If you can pick up the Bruiser camp in 1 minute, just rip it. Because the early game clear, even with good heroes that have strong clear, it takes a little while, and you're going to get a little bit of chip damage on the fort there in mid. And because mid is really not a highly prioritized lane here on Cursed Hollow, the more chip damage you can get here in the early part of the game, the better your initial curse is going to be. Because you you rarely send heroes down this lane. You need all that extra bit of chip damage to get the lane pushed in.
Yeah, exactly.
We have Muradin bot dealing with Jaina. I expect a quick rotation. This is a top tribute for tribute number 1.
Which is... I would have expected them to send Greymane down bot to relieve Jaina after picking up the siege camp, so Jaina could come mid and help clear the knight.
And so we get the Bruiser grab by Tickle Tass. We'll have a little bit of AFK push here possible. Nikki Santoro will be low on the Greymane. Alex does pretty well in this spot. Bickle there escorting him with his Alex.
And Nikki is going to go to the objective. Might have tap in the top lane. I haven't seen if he uses well yet or not. Old Pro is skulking around, maybe looking for a pick here. Someone's been found by Maiev. And then Bickle and Alexstrasza does see the wrong side of an Umbral Bind. And
we see Dark Shadow throwing a little bit of shade the way of the Dragon Queen as Alex is our first kill. Joe steps up, Serenian under a bit of pressure there on the Blaze. Old Pro on the backside. Just trying to delay with fire stomps here. We see Shiba making a little bit of a move with the Urel play. Maiev has been dealing with the camp. Serena goes for the jet propulsion in, is now sitting on this point, and Alex is on her way back. Crow, dare I say, Tickle Tass might have an opportunity here.
They might here. Old Pro finds the shadow charge onto I Make Memes. Gets that chip damage. If Nikki can live until Bickle gets here with the Dragon Queen, no. Just a second too late. Might be able to save Old Pro. He goes down. Wow.
Big win, Buffett.
Fight the peel.
I thought Pickle had a chance there with the flank. I thought maybe if the auto attack there in Dragon Queen form had picked up a free kill, that might have been an opportunity to turn. Wise Guy makes it out, however, on that punchy Karazim, and tribute number 1 belongs to a square and 4 triangles. I love Karazim play. You can see it there, the 2 dashes to go in, and you just gotta hang out, and you gotta punch your way back out of it. Aggressive supports are the best supports. Get in there and auto attack somebody. It's how you play the video game.
I make memes here on this URL, doing a great job pressuring Blaze in the top lane. Taking really, really favorable trades, getting a lot of the globes from both minion waves just because Blaze is unable to approach through the stun. Through a charge W. Doesn't have a good way to interrupt it. It is possible to just smack Blaze out of jet propulsion. So
and I
he
like
doesn't have a good way to keep his own mana up.
I like the commitment to the Avenging Wrath build here. Because Cursed Hollow is a big map, you'll often see Divine Steed picked up, but even if you are winning, it's cursed, and these are 2 team fight compositions. Win the fight, win the game. Nobody? Memes. You see Nikki going to grab a camp here. Maiev is in bot lane, soon to make the rotation up. We should see Dark Shadow be alright. And there's the poke from Mortician. I was going to say, Square and 4 Triangles controlled this alleyway, if you will, this choke point for the first objective, and it looks like they're setting up for it again.
I would expect... Oh, they're going to go check it. I would say they'd almost not try and contest this.
They're going to take the big guy. They are.
They're going to take Nibbles anyways.
There's the hammer. We get the Umbral Bind, and I make memes with that outstanding play on the Urel is going to make things happen. Shiba.
Janet is the target now.
Jet propulsion. Blaze might get turned on
Blaze?
here. We get a no channel.
Ooh. That was very, very close on Shiba. Dark Shadow almost picks that up with the Maiev.
Greymane making a quick rotation bottom to try to pick up some more XP. This is a 1-level lead for Square and 4 Triangles. Now have 4 kills to 0. Again, they picked on the same bush for both objectives. No, the first one didn't quite go the way that it was planned. That was a perfect gank.
Next tribute will be on the side of Tickle Me Tassadar in the bot lane. If they get there in time to set up, and they'll have Dragon Queen up again, they should be able to contest so long as it doesn't pop.
They're going to be down 10s.
They are going to be down heroics.
Nikki. Good wait from Joe. There's the Umbral Bind.
And there's the Umbral Bind.
And there goes
And that is one dead Wolfie boy.
If you are Tickle Me Tassadar right now, you are so far down, you actually have to think about giving up this curse. They could even make a boss play, to be quite honest with you. They need to change what's happening on the map here. Giving up a curse this early in the game and just defending keeps might be their ticket back into it. Even Old Pro needs to be careful here. This is not undivable. This is 7-sided strike, Warden's Cage, Wave of Force, Ardent Defender, and Avatar.
Yeah, I think any time someone has significant % health damage on the enemy team as a Diablo, you need to be respectful of it. And I think if Old Pro gets Umbral Binded into that 7-sided strike,
Jaina.
He's not going to be ready.
Shiba gets away. I make memes. Does not want. This is an.
Are they going to go for the contest? This is a really interesting angle they're all approaching from.
Here. They don't get it. And Old Pro is going to go down. He has nowhere to retreat to. This is a Maiev, a Li Ming, soon to be joined by a Karazim. Wise Guy doesn't even have to press the R button. That fort is turned off. Bickle actually might get here. Nope, there's Lifebinder. And Joe is on the backside. Oh, Alex might be next. This is doom. Oh!
Does find all 3 of them into the Warden's Cage and the 7-sided strike. Ring of Frost isn't even necessary. 4 members of Tickle Me Tassadar drop.
Chat, clip, please.
What a play for the shapes.
Triple.
They're going to go straight on to keep here, and they're going to get it.
With only 10 seconds left, I'm trying to think. They can take down the gate for sure. This is a question of commitment. Serenian has a shorter run as Blaze to get through. Li Ming has good poke. They could just step back, take boss. They don't quite have the siege damage to rip a keep at 8 minutes in.
I believe in them, but they could go get their boss. Like Tassadar, Tickle Me Tassadar is not going to be able to contest a boss play right now. They could try. It might be one of their best ways of getting back into the game, but I think just mentally the decision to go recognize that the enemy team is on boss and having the willingness to go and fight them when you're down a talent tier might be a little much to ask of them.
They need to sneak. They need to sneak their own boss or find a way to pick it up. If Square and Four Triangles makes the move towards theirs, you see memes cleaning up that wall. Because again, Tickle Tassadar has better boss burn. They have wave clear with Blaze, and they're just going to wind up clearing.
They're not going to contest.
This is a double boss play right here. And we'll see what the decision is from Square and Four Triangles. They obviously can run it down bottom. They have 13 talent tier advantage. They could claim a keep. Again, the question is, do they want to do that, or will they just make the double rotate? See Nikki Santora picking.
They might find some. No, they're gonna go with the boss. They might find a Tassadar member rotation if Nikki doesn't recognize that they're taking the Vision Shrine right there.
Greyman's out.
Yeah, he's out. He's out.
We take a look at our quick talent tier advantage here. Everything playing out pretty simple. We do get Velen's chosen for Urel at 13, and then the Murden build starts to come online with healing static at 13.
This is Glass Cannon leaving.
Love it. Because you can finish the game right now with 2 kills.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it isn't BOE, your Leeming is your furthest, member back. Your only range damage. Why not? How are they going to get back there? Keep going.
Yeah. Keep an eye on Maiev here. If they decide to fight.
Jet propulsion. There's a good blizzard in the middle there. Here comes the Maiev. 7-star direct is laid down. We see Lightbinder come out as well. When the bunker goes down, Serenian gets bounced back. And now Joe moves in with a Murden. Bickle in trouble on Alex. Should have a good amount of healing there. Good wing buff it. Still 5v3.
Nickel does go down. Boss is on core with the siege, and that is good. Game number 1. 11 minutes. Square and Four Triangles pick up the core on Cursed Hollow.
Absolute clinic. 12-0 on kills. 4 level nominal lead in that game. Absolutely clinical. Well played. And the Shapy Boys go up 1-0. MVPs in that game, as quick as they were. I had my eye on Wise Guy. You're always going to MVP for Bobo if you pick Karzi.
Mm-hmm. I think Dark Shadow did a ridiculous amount of work enabling the early game picks. That gave them the pressure to approach, just the game as they did. They just kept demanding more and more and more, and that's what a Square and Four Triangles does. They put you on the back foot. They give you a little bit of a disadvantage, and with their just tiny incremental advantage, they just force you into these bad decisions over and over again. And if you don't circumvent them and break the cycle, they take your core at 12 minutes by the time they're that they're done with it. Like their average game time is lightning. They've had a couple long games, but their early game I think is like second to none in all of Div C.
Linehouse, your thoughts on what was an expedient game number 1?
Wait, a match happened?
That was
no, that was really well played by the Shapes. I mean, I felt bad watching that game for Tickle Me Tassadar because the Shapes clearly knew how they wanted to play that map exactly, very precisely, and they were everywhere. It seemed like they were everywhere at all times, and just getting picks, getting kills. I mean, I don't know. It was really well played. That's all I can say.
And I have to say for Tickle Me Test, I don't think it was a draft issue. I think they had a very obvious idea. What wound up happening is that, we saw it in the first 2 tributes. It came down to who could grab sort of that magic bush right in between top and mid there, like right in the middle of the lane. And Square and Four Triangles got there first. And they
both times.
Both times it was just instant jib. I mean, gone. Like even the Diablo was melted.
Just evaporated. Yeah.
Okay. Game number 2. Boy, we talked about it in the pregame. Guess where we're headed?
No, we're going to Volskaya. Okay.
So Bickle and Tickle Me Test chose to take take first pick here. And so the Shapy Boys are going to take us to their preferred map, and that is Volskaya Foundry.
Their best map. We thought the Cursed Hollow game was a clinic.
No,
this should be a masterclass.
Tickle Me Tassadar better be ready.
So guys, remind us once again, why are a Square and Four Triangles so effective here on Volskaya?
So Volskaya is sort of traditionally thought of or experienced as a very, very late game map. Like, I remember when it first came out, it's been changed a couple times. When it first came out, like, games were going to like 26 minutes every game.
It was a delay.
And yeah, when a square and four triangles plays here, their ability to get that early game advantage and snowball it into something makes it, by the time that they get to the second objective phase, like, they're already knocking on keep usually, or set up to knock on keep. And even though it tends to be a late game map, they come in with all the items. They come in with usually a team fight advantage in some way. They're prepared to play their draft exactly. It seems like they always get what they want.
Yes, and it's almost always 2 turrets and a midder. I mean, they've just been. We've seen them, I think, 3 times, maybe 2 or 3 times on this map. I've been personally treated at the clinic that they run. I mean, it's just very clean Volskaya play.
Do they take Ragnaros on this map?
No.
I haven't watched their games, so I'm like going through the roster, and it's just interesting that certain heroes have like 6 games exactly. And I'm like,
They
So
I mean, they've played some different compositions, but they've proven to be a very flexible team.
Yeah, that's something that I want to touch on. So you're coming into game 2 here. Anything we need to specifically ban or be thinking about? But Square and Four Triangles has picked 30 heroes. Like, their hero pool is gigantic. Tickle Tass has also played 27, so like both these teams have a very flexible pool, even though they have preference towards certain heroes. I don't think either one can just like shut the other down with some target bans. It's just not going to work. It's not going to work against Square and Four Triangles, and it won't work against Tickle Tass.
Are there any heroes though in particular you think on a map like this would be worthy of a ban, particularly if you know that the shapes play them?
I'd bet you money that the shapes are going to ban Joanna again. But
that's not a bet that I'm going to take.
I mean, it's just a sign that they like to play with that melee flex. Remember, that style was super popular in what was it, season 4? You know, you always had a Maiev, you always had that sort of flex hero that could play in there. And Johanna is just the easiest way to stop a lot of that.
Is Joe like the safest bush check?
Yes.
Like, can you really catch a Joanna?
Joe is just the safest. Like, that's just what she is. She's just the safest. And I mean, listen, it's especially if you highly prioritize the Blaze. The Blaze Johanna combo came about when Johanna, moved up in the meta, and that combo was really specifically built to just be this massive impenetrable front line of just weird soft cleanses and hard cleanses and no you don't buttons. And remember, that was also when Hammer was being played a lot. It was just, okay, we're gonna take a brick wall and we're gonna stack damage behind it. And so
same ban from Triangles.
You see how fast that Hanzo was banned?
No part of it.
No, I'm just saying, like, I noticed how fast Tickle Me Tassadar banned Hanzo on this map in particular. 'Cause I remember him being banned last game. Was he?
Yeah.
What were the bans last map? We had the Dahaka ban for the map.
Yeah, it was Dahaka. I think it was.
Was it a Garrosh?
No. No, it wasn't a Garrosh.
Okay, but we do get the first big doubles.
It doesn't matter. So Hanzo bans here means that they're not going to be able to take camps quite as quickly. I think when I saw them on Volskaya, they did run because they like to come in with double turret and emitter. And if you can shut down the Hanzo, even though I believe they usually go explosive arrows rather than the camp shred, but
Run again. They take the Jaina this time.
Old Pro gonna first pick Dibbles.
Jaina leaves the other ranged assassin very flexible. One thing we could see here is I wouldn't be surprised to see a Zeratul, depending on the backline.
Ooh.
Maybe a little VP ring action, who knows?
That's aggressive.
And a Kael'thas there. I mean, the other side, you can play Jaina with a lot of different things. We've seen Jaina Tychus. I mean, we just saw Jaina Greymane, which is still a solid combo, and you can play Curse Bullet into Diablo.
I like the Tychus idea.
Very odd that neither team picked a support. And
yeah, I think they're both.
I mean, this is a support meta.
Waiting to see what the other team is going to do with the rest of.
like white main, Kane and Alex make it through the first half. There we go. There's the Alex ban.
Yeah, there goes Alex. I can't believe white main is still around.
This is a debate. This is if you ban one of white main or Kane, we'll take the other.
Yeah, this has got to be set up for a support choke. Tickle Me Taz has gone. Just we have a lot of CC is their plan for for this game. Yeah, there's the white main ban into the Kane. Probably it could be something off the wall. Yeah, but it is the Kane.
Security. So we could see Stukov, the Admiral, could still play a part here. I've seen a fair amount of Stukov. I mean, we're looking for some form of hard CC. I don't know if the Wild Malfurion might make an appearance.
I don't know if Malf is who you want to be running into the shapes. They just do so well at coordinating and blowing someone up that
it's a minute.
And the sustained healing isn't usually enough to save someone. Having been in that situation as Malfurion.
Okay.
Yeah, he has to step up a little bit too much right now.
And they need the burst heal from Stukov.
I expected the Admiral. Admiral Stukov, как вы поживаете?
It's gotta be Mirrodin, right? What other tank could it be?
Could I'm trying to think.
Could be Arthas.
Could be Arthas. Icebound would get a lot of work out of this, but Mirrodin is fine. It's Mirrodin.
Mirrodin's always fine.
He'll bother.
Mirrodin,
He'll bother the Sonya.
Time.
He'll hit the R button. He won't go away. We saw Joe, and Joe was a little upset. All right, so we gotta
start making predictions during the draft. Cause I knew that Jaina and Raynor were coming.
So we get the change up here, guys. Taking a peek at these drafts. What do you like?
Oh, I gotta say I favor the shapes here. I'm a big Raynor player. I know how just amazingly strong he is, even into Diablo. He has a surprising amount of peel for an assassin, and a surprising amount of survivability, where he also contributes a decent amount of burst, a lot of sustained damage. Kane root into Jaina damage into Raynor damage is going to kill everyone except Diablo, and it might even kill Diablo if depending on where he gets caught.
And he outranges everyone on Tickle Me Taz's side. That's just that's something I've been watching. Sometimes we've talked about this sort of assassin meta. It seems almost kind of bland. Everybody's sort of a B to B plus, but sometimes you can get a good feel for how a game's going to go depending on who the furthest ranged hero is and how they're going to fare. And it's how do you get onto Raynor? Do you have to go with a leap? Are you going to have to make some sort of drastic change there?
You have to find the flank.
Right. And there's other heroes.
To force them away.
There's other heroes to kill, and there's other heroes to focus. But what is the play here? Linehouse, before we head on into the game, sir, your thoughts on this draft and your prediction for game number 2?
I have to agree with Crow. I really like the shapes draft better. However, I'm still going to predict Tickle Me Tassadar because I want this to go 5 games, and also I really like the idea. I like the idea of being able to combo what I'm assuming could be Earthquake with Thrall, a Silence with Stukov, and then and Johanna being in there with either of her ults, and Kael'thas going crazy. That could be, shall we say, explosive.
Yeah. All right. And with that, we're headed to the game. Nice play, Linehouse. Oh man, love to see it, buddy. All right, let's get this game back underway. Over here on the side of Square and 4 Triangles, looking for the 2-0 lead. I Make Memes yet again. We'll be playing that URL. Dark Shadow on the Raynor. Mortician on the Deckard King, giving us a little dance. Wise Guy going to be playing the Jaina. And my favorite, Jew on the Mirrodin.
And for Tickle Me Tassadar, we have Sheba on that Kael'thas, Nikki on the Thrall, Bickle on the Admiral, Stukov and Old Pro once again on Diablo. And can't forget about Cernian heading bot lane already on that Sonya. They don't like to do the early game fight. Tassadar doesn't. They like to avoid the scuffle wherever they can.
This is so much CC. This is just an insane amount of CC. Every hero has
both teams have a lot of CC.
Like every hero has a critical piece, a critical part to play. I guess if you throw all 5 out there and you hit 3 or 4, you'll be all right. But I mean, this is just massive levels of execution. And then the other thing
this is Crash Lightning Thrall.
Crash Lightning, interesting. It's definitely going to play a part. Oh, foul! Looks like we got a
Joe's heading top.
I mean, it's going to be a chaos on the supports.
Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, I'll just stop that there. I don't know how they're just going to. Whichever team gets the drop on the other has a huge advantage when they both have this much CC.
And you talked about Stukov, you know, providing the opportunity for a burst steal, but Mortician playing that deck with King, you just take Emerald at level 7, and I mean, that's just over with. Like and then there's nothing there. And Stukov has a decent burst heal, but I mean, it's not the greatest. It's okay.
Do you want to highlight the fact that Square and 4 Triangles is already picking up their first turret, so they're on track to have 2 by.
Do they make
during the first objective?
Do they need to make an invade play here? I don't. I think that. Ooh, there's a nice root there by Nikki Santoro. Serenian steps up. I was about to say that Tickle Me Test is a good, you know, defensive comp, if you will. Anytime you have a Diablo, you're going to be resistant to these kind of shenanigans. But Crow looks like we may have a fight over the biotic emitter up top.
And Pickle does get the slow out on Mortician and Joe. It's looking like Tickle Me Test is looking for an angle to engage out here. I make means on the back line, but Serenian is back there as the Sonya. He has the slam, looking for the whirlwind, perhaps a chase. Nope, they're gonna turn around and see if they can pick up Muradin. But of course, he's Muradin and gives the dwarf toss out over the wall. They walk away with the emitter. Yeah, Rainer, Dark Shadow on the Rainer grabbed the emitter and all that chaos and made a great escape.
I thought Memes was gone. Great flank.
I thought Memes was gone as well.
Yeah.
It looked like the whirlwind got interrupted, probably by the Rainer knockback. It's gotta be tough to be Sonya.
I know we said every piece of CC was critical, and actually the one that ended it was the shotgun from Jimmy. I think Dark Shadow with the the knockback there on Sonya kept Serenian from securing that kill. Very well played.
And there is the next camp being picked up by Square and 4 Triangles.
Clockwork.
Just, yeah, it's you could set your watch to their rotation. Turret camp, emitter, siege camp, objective.
Square and 4 Triangles are the University of Kentucky heroes of the dorm team. They've got a lot of work together. They've been grinding hard on the team league ladder. They've done pretty well for themselves in that respect. And Mortician has us set up on the first objective. Ceridian with a bold move through the bottom.
Back off until Rainer can get here.
And the Square and 4 Triangles clearly have the advantage if they want to make the play to level 7. Joe with the dwarf toss away. Blizzard is down there. The root as well. I make memes.
That's a 3-man root.
Very nice play. Joe steps back up, and there is the turret out. Dark Shadow's on the flank here. Keep an eye on Rainer. He is uncontested. Shiva is in trouble if he cannot get in there and get the KT damage out. So Rainer goes down first. You see the turret trade off. There's another root, and Dark Shadow with that aggressive positioning finishes off Kel'Thas. Nobody on the Rainer.
Absolutely nobody on the Rainer. It seemed like it was everything Tickle Me Task could do just to try and disengage that fight. But they blew all their CC attempting to kill the Muradin. And so when the Shapes made their move to engage the fight, they didn't have anything to try and peel them off. Sonya got stunned out of Whirlwind, and that's it. You're done. If you're Sonya, you get stunned out of Whirlwind.
If you're, if you're taking a look at that team fight, one thing to note is that for most of that team fight, Dark Shadow was east of Sonya, or if not, for most of the fight was dead even. And Shiba could not step up on the Kel'Thas, and Shiba's done a good job with the KT just providing the early damage. But if your sort of solo range DPS cannot step up and make a play, it's pretty tough to turn a fight against this many melee.
Yeah, Thrall actually has the lion's share of the hero damage for Tickle Me Tats right now. I must be getting some good damage out with the lightning.
Oh boy, Bickle has
Almost
to back it up. The Triglav Protector doing the robot shuffle there, and they are able to claim most of top. The well is gone. Not too
that
much
is going to put Tickle Me Tassadar in a really rough position come second objective phase, and from there, they're looking at keep.
This is a long level 10 advantage. When you've got 3/4 of the lead right now, you've got triple soak going on. You can see Rainer and Muradin are both grabbing a lane there, top and mid, as Wise Guy and Mortician will move to pick up another fortification turret. They're not missing waves, and this is how to take a lead and just hold on to it. We see the 4 members of Tickle Me Test there in mid. They're missing top soak as Joe just hangs out in a bush and freezes that wave. Credit to him for not moving that forward. Fantastic macro play.
Teams both heading top lane here. Tickle goes for the scout on the emitter. Not yet. You gotta wait a couple more seconds before they think about emitter again.
I mean, if he waits a couple more seconds, they're gonna be down level 10. And that's going to be a whole nother problem. Nikki moving up on Make Memes. Sonya picks up the bottom camp. Serenian doing good work on the Barbarian. And there's the 10.
Memes doesn't get the fully charged E out. This might be enough to finish him off. It is. Nice. Great job. Great gank there from Sonya. I didn't think Yrel was gankable, but he does hold the trigger on the leap just a little bit too early. Not enough Wrath to get away.
I like not giving up your heroic there. That would have been an easy Ardent Defender, but then you're looking at 120 seconds without your R button on your Rel, and that would certainly overlap with the beginning of this objective phase. Sometimes you could just take a death and... listen, full credit. Again, Serenian and Nikki have made some hot flank plays with that Thrall-Sonya combo that may be the way back into it for Tickle Me Taz.
This is Sundering Thrall. It's not Earthquake. I was kind of expecting, like, Earthquake, Lightning Breath, Phoenix... try and zone
it's a lot more one-shotty, if you will, with the lead.
Yes. But honestly, I think after seeing how these early game fights have played out, though, I think the Sundering might be enough to secure a kill. They're just missing the damage by a little bit. They're holding on to double emitter.
Leap makes it very easy to get past Muradin, and that may be a little bit of an advantage. So again, we're just keeping an eye on that Sonya Thrall combo. It almost made a difference on the first fight over the Biotic emitter. Now we've got top point here for objective number 2. Even talent.
Square 4 triangles, always just a couple steps ahead in the macro rotation. Tickle Me Taz is always rotating into where the shapes are set up. They're never dictating where the fights are going to be happening. They're always having to take the fight that the shapes are prepared for. And it's just really, really interesting to watch how they're doing this.
These are long objectives. They're not under any rush to get to 13. They've got a quarter of a level lead, which will start to move. Yrel is bottom lane. Just quick check on talents. It's not Steed. No, it's still the same Goomba Stomp build. So she can't make it up too quick, but now we've got Yrel pushing Structure's bottom lane, 12.5. Another camp picked up. Crow, it looks like a square and 4 triangles are making the 13 play.
I mean, like you said, they're not in any rush. This is a very, very, very long objective.
No.
It's probably the longest in the game other than the Hanamura loads. Might even be, no, it's longer than that. So you have the time, you can get all of your camps out, you can continue to gain your turrets, grab your emitters, get what value you can, pick up 13, and all they have to do now is win the fight.
Hyperion ready. That's a water elemental Jaina. Serenian, the early target, he hops back onto the conveyor belt and is okay. The Lornado, though, puts the pinch on.
Does get Lornado into the root.
This is a mess of a team fight. Jaina's on the backside there. Joe definitely wants this Sonya. A little bit of a spin to win.
Lightning Breath is out.
Oh, the Sunder might get Rainer. Dark Shadow was low, picks up. Oh, Jaina goes down. Dark Shadow found a pot, put the Biotic emitter. There's a big spear. Great play by Serenian. The root there to counter out. Old Pro deep on the Diablo. Looking to find another kill. This is a sturdy front line. Yrel and Murden might be able to make it out. Serenian gets traded out as Memes finds the kill. There's another turret going down.
Second emitter is down as well.
Pro. Ardent Defender's already been lost. There's Joe, and again, there's the Avatar. Is Old Pro gonna go down? Diablo.
Shiba catches Memes mid-air.
There's another Lornado, which is now back, but the Lornado is actually stuck on the
conveyor belt.
I did not know that interaction was a thing.
Neither did I. That's amazing.
Joe's got second wind going. Make Memes trying to find a way out. Actually dodges the gravity lapse. Urella's okay, and Wise Guy's back.
Everyone low on resources. Relics are about to come up for Tass if they can make it out here.
Diablo.
That's it.
Tickle takes the Storm Bolt. The follow-up is late. Make Memes is there with the slow. There's one wave of the Blizzard without. Flailing Swipe. Stukov goes down. This one just turned on death timers. That was a great piece of team fighting from Tickle Me Task, but I mean, Jaina came back before Diablo kicked it back to full health.
Yep, I think when your enemy team is respawned and you're still engaged with the remnants of their team, you need to back off and try and reset. Especially when your own heroics are only 10 seconds.
I think they're going back in here. This is still 13-13. And all heroics will be back on lane with the exception of Phoenix.
Urel doesn't have defender quite yet.
Diablo just
Avatar
got
and defender
whittled
up at the
down.
same time.
Dark Shadow more
Tickle's on his
aggressive
way back.
positioning. Keep an eye on Serenian there on the Sonya, looking for another flank. Leap is up. There's the Lornado. And the robot.
And the ejector is picked up for square and 4 triangles. I hope that was a wake-up call for the shapes that they're not just gonna win every.
No, that was
Even when they do everything right.
fantastic. Sonya play, we saw a big spear. The Nintendo Power Glove just barely missing Nikki Santoro. It's Thrall gets past the gate. This is easily going to be top wall. Crow, do you think there's a keep play to be had here? 5v5?
Into the Stukov, I think it'd be too difficult for them. If they had members of even one person, I think they go for it. But with Stukov, with Lightning Breath around, if they go too far with 2 members inside of the robot, Sonya just walks into your backline, leaps on someone, especially with Deckard in the robot. He's not gonna be around to peel or to heal, unless he hops out. I think it'd be a little bit too risky. Go for the map play, get the XP, open it up, because now they're actually able to invade Tassadar's camps here.
We've got the old Stone Scroll, if you will, for Deckard Cain. We also have Stone Form for Murden. That's Holy Wrath on Urel. Penetrating round
Mickey-
at 13 and 16.
Once again, barely dodging the Nintendo Power Glove.
I love that thing. Feels so
Really,
good
really
when it
nice
lands.
juking. Sonya might be able to caught here. Gets the swipes. Lornado down as well. Supports trade cooldowns, but Deckard's cooldown is 40 seconds shorter than Stukov.
It's a wee bit smaller, and that's a 2-level lead. Silver lining for Tickle Me Tass. They have not given up a keep, and with their just, safe defensive play here during the second objective phase, they will have plenty of opportunity to get to the 16 talent tier, and this is probably going to be, I would have to imagine, a 19-16 fight down in the Clown Fiesta there on bot.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm expecting as well. They don't have the tools they need to contest.
They need
this
to
camp takes.
They need to break up some of the soap though, and that's the key. They could be down 20 to 17 going into that, and that would be a disaster. Just again, the square for triangles, just they soak every lane as much as possible, and Tickle Me Task needs to maybe take a chance here, use a short cooldown, maybe even leap, just to try to break up the XP game. Turrets, and turrets. That's what two turrets and an emitter.
Yeah. So looking forward to Diablo stun in the mid lane. Just a little love tap, love stun.
Just a hi, how you doing, big guy?
Looking forward to the third objective phase team fight. How does Tassadar get onto the backline? Like, who do they prioritize? Because Cain needs to die at some point. What we saw in the second objective phase is they got rid of both of the assassins, but Murden, Urel, and Cain just refused to die, and it let the shapes regroup.
They had Raynor on almost negative hit points. Like he had bomb ticks, that dot running against him. Oh, opportunity for Old Pro there. There's the flip on Jimmy. There's Hyperion, Dark Shadow. Wow, panicky a little bit, but there's the root. Lightning Breath comes out, and we also have a nice play on the backside. Joe going after Kael'thas. He has gone down. Phoenix comes out. Bickle trying to get away. Jaina with a bit of chase. Watch Dark Shadow up top there on the Raynor. Joe going into aid. Jaina gets traded out. Serenian was there. Another big Sonya play, but now that's a long way to go. Sunder defensively used. Serenian stepped back in. There's the shield. Old Pro is low. Mortician. We've got a Deckard soloing Diablo. That's
what happens in the games, right?
I mean, was that the plot of Diablo 2? Now Joe shows up. There's a dwarf chasing down Dibbles.
How long can Old Pro run here? Not very.
Deckard gets his revenge. Big Red goes down. Serenian will have to clean up top. That's 8-4. A lot of cooldowns had to be used there.
We're heading into year 2017. They're going to go for the keep.
I don't think they can't end yet. Don't have Hyperion. This is a solid. I don't want to say it's a waste of time, but it's a good use of time here. You're gonna have the 20.
Risky. If there's a comeback opportunity in this game for Tass, this is it. If the shapes can't make a clean getaway, which it's very difficult not to when you have... Yeah, okay. They're out.
Sonya held on there. Serenian just taking a little bit of care. And now, I mean, if you're taking me test, this is 20, and this is an objective that has its just prime choice of real estate it can run down. They're gonna have to take a bad fight, and this might be it. Serenian's in the barely getting through the root. Flailing swipe is not enough to save Sonya. As she goes down, we see the circles of death out. And that
could not get out of the corridor with the Lornado behind them, and they're gonna grab their chariot. Oh my gosh.
More buttons, more items. That's how Square and 4 Triangles plays it here on Volskaya. They've got Jaina sitting on bottom. That'll be level 20. This should be, like I said, a nice case of run it down. They did finish off top keep, though.
You're going to trade out Jaina for the Muradin.
Tough go. Tickle Test had a bit of an opportunity. I do have to say, Bickle's virulent reaction plays with Stukov have been money.
Yeah, they've been absolutely good. I don't think he's missed a root yet.
Just not quite enough, and that's okay. So game 1, all right, bit of a stomp. Game 2, we see better moments from Tickle Me Test, but they just struggle to secure kills, and maybe they need to sit back and think, all right, is there an extra resource we need to commit here? Do we need to even go a little bit more ham, because they've been so close to picking up the first kill in team fights, and just missing out on it has cost them game 2. So we do see the Triglav Protector moving in towards bottom. Diablo with the Lightning Breath, we do see Jogo in there. There's
Sonya is just on the back.
There's another good root. Another big hammer hit. I make memes on that in your own. Just having a ball. Sonya goes down. Old Pro looks like next swipe. No, the robot does not care for that Stukov. Nikki Santoro takes the charge,
and they're gonna go for the core here.
I don't see why not. Try to get that Jimmy on it.
Shiva's getting good damage out on Jimmy. It's just not enough to secure it.
There's the Hyperion. Muradin making a nuisance of himself. That is going to be game number 2. Much better showing from Tickle Me Test. Let's see if that improvement will show in game number 3. But for now, listen, it's been all a Square and 4 Triangles.
They've dictated the entire series so far. Looking at the scoreboard, Thrall and Kale both out-damaged a Square's assassins, but it was more effective, appropriately applied damage for the shapes. I think like when the shapes decide to kill someone, everyone kills them. There's not a lot of poking involved in their playstyle. There's not a lot of filling up. It's just like, okay, we're gonna set up or we're gonna invade, and if we find anyone, we're gonna kill them. And they just do that. And so even though Nikki put out so much damage on that Thrall, and Shiba and Kel'Thas was getting just really, really good flame strikes, it's just never quite enough to secure. And it's just...
All right, let's welcome back...
It's like they're constantly playing on the razor's edge.
Let's welcome back the third member of our Kulu Linehouse. Your thoughts? Volskaya, game number 2.
My thoughts are that's why you banned Volskaya against four squares in a triangle, or however they're...
One square and 4 triangles. We got the story.
I know. But you know how I'd roll.
A couple of nice young men making their way.
I do agree. Tickle Me Tassadar did do a better showing, but I do think, again, we're seeing that a square and 4 triangles are a lot more disciplined when it comes to their team fighting, compared to Tickle Me Tassadar. And I mean, I'm gonna give an example. I am a support main, so I'm not trying to pick on Stukov, but that's what I'm willing. I understand the player a lot, or the character. There's a lot of times I think he was holding the root to do the root on somebody when he could have laid down a science to get 2 people, and they could have secured team fights. So I think he was trying to be. It looked like he was trying to be a little too greedy.
Okay.
For that, and I'm not saying that's just him.
It's like Bickle hit a lot of really good. Like,
he
there was
did
a
hit a lot of
roots
roots
there.
And I agree. I can tell why he was holding it, right? But I think at some point you got to say in a team fight, particularly that top one where they lost, where they got the 2 kills early on, and they're fighting in the middle. And I'm like, he's got root available, or not root, but he's got science available, and there's 2 people right next to Diablo stuck in that spot. Why isn't he doing it? So it was just like weird, undisciplined fighting. So I mean, again, not trying to pick on him, because I think that happens to all of us. But like that's the kind of difference I was seeing, where a square and 4 triangles weren't making those kind of small micro mistakes.
Right on. Okay, game number 3. We're gonna be headed to 2.
Yeah, we're going to the Spider Queen, which is what we predicted.
Yeah, we've seen
Shocking that we're going this map.
Joanna will be banned again.
Joanna will be banned again. I think we saw Tomb like even when I was following Minion Miners through C East. This is just a popular map here in Div C. You've seen it quite a bit.
If Tickle Me Tassadar can take this game, we'll probably be going to Infernal afterwards. But
I hope. I have faith. I believe in Tickle Me Tassadar.
Like they
were very
so
close
many,
last game.
Yeah, they had so many fights.
Yes.
They were.
I mean, like I said, one of the turning points was on that first objective top where the Sundering didn't finish Raynor, and like like you could see that the dot damage from Kilthas is there, and then he picks up one potion, and even though Jaina goes down, it's still enough for Dark Shadow to just sort of wheel around over top, and he wound up confirming another kill, so it turned it in like a 2-for-1 in the end, and like I said, that extra little bit of dot, if it comes out an extra second earlier, and Raynor goes down followed by Jaina, totally different game, 100%.
But like, even though it didn't maybe not have look like it, if you look at the map how it ended, I felt that match was still very close. Like if like maybe one or two team fights go the other way, it's a whole other game going on.
Yeah, it's a completely different game.
Right? Yeah, I don't think they're like.
I think Tassadar needs to let it not get to their head.
Yes.
Right. They need to keep playing confidently. They've been fighting well. If they can just make some confident rotations, a little bit of confident macro play, I think they're still in this. They just need to stay coordinated and believe in each other.
They had a good draft. I mean, listen, Diablo Thrall, Sonya, Kael'thas is you would kind of call a little old school, but it's a heck of a comp to bully up to a point with. And I think Serenian in the first two games has been a really good bright spot for Tickle Me Tass. And we've seen Blaze and Sonya. And
we
Tomb
saw the Urel in both games.
Yes. Tomb is an off-laners. You can be a difference maker on this map.
We saw the Muradin in both games.
They're mixing it up though, banning Tyrande first instead of second.
Well, here comes Joe.
I don't think we expect Diablo to make it very far.
Unless at long last they're gonna be playing Joanna. And this is the long con. They actually have like a beast Joanna player.
You know, if they let the Joe through and they lose to the Joe, they'll like that's the season. Like they're not gonna remember. Oh, you remember? Yeah, there it is. Remember when we won the season? Yeah, remember when you didn't ban Joe and we lost?
If they don't take Joe first pick, does Tickle Me Tassadar snap picker?
Could be a bait. Oh!
Oh! No one's playing Joe tonight.
No one is playing Joe tonight. That's crazy. She does have a 72% ban rate. For the shapes.
Yeah, and Tickle Me Tassadar's 75% win rate with her.
Yeah.
She was a good hero for most of this season. Now, kids, start playing artists.
How do you? Okay, so they have the Maiev. The shapes have Maiev. They're looking to get picks, and like during bad rotations, right? Like clear the wave quickly, get into position between the two lanes, and then look for Umbral Binds and kills.
The Jaina Deny is.
How do you?
The Jaina Deny was a very good pickup there. Jaina Maiev is probably the strongest. I think Jaina pairs the best with Maiev. Out of any hero. I like that. I like that Deny, and I do like seeing Serenian on the Blaze yet again.
So who is
Deckard?
a square? No, the same front line. All 3 games so far.
If you're gonna let it through,
like
we're gonna pick.
Like I said, it's my favorite front line in the game.
I make memes. Has been.
So who are they picking for their wave clear here?
Plays. Okay, so listen, traditionally on Tomb, Gul'dan and Kael'thas are fine. Junkrat is okay, but is a little bit more late game and more stall oriented. That can take a while to get going.
I would love to see the Gul'dan.
I think the Kael'thas would pair really well with the Maiev.
Miss ban.
We're not banning?
DC? I'm not gonna. Okay.
They're not saying anything in chat, so I guess that was intentional.
Is chaos coming? Anytime something funny happens in a draft, I automatically think
Cho'Gall.
Yep.
Alex Ban. Cho'Gana? Cho'Gariel?
Come on. I kind of want to see it now.
Listen, it's NGS. Every time in the playoffs something funny happens in the draft, it's like, all right, here it comes. Here's Cho'Gall, or Oriole or whatever. I don't know.
It would be bizarre.
I don't see anything in chat, so we're just gonna let this bad boy play out.
Okay.
Tickle test, taking it all the way down. Okay, Thrall.
No choke on. I like the Stitches pick. I think Stitches is a great answer to when you feel threatened. Because Stitches is way more threatening in terms of how you can control vision and force teams to walk into you.
This could also,
like, even if.
Oh, I was trying to think. This could even be a Rainer too here. I'm just trying to think of what's going to be. Like the risky play is always Chromie because it's Tomb.
Yeah.
Carzim.
Going all fanatic on them. Second game card team.
And the Cassia. I love seeing Cassia.
I do have it on good authority.
Lots of melee. That is a lot of melee.
Again, though, but it worked out for them last time.
There's the Malf.
And there's the Malf.
Ooh.
Okay. So here's why I like the Stitches pick. Because you know that the shapes are going to be standing in a bush near a turn-in, and Tickle Me Tassadar knows they're there, right? Like, think back to Cursed Hollow, think back to Volskaya, and the way they're just sitting in bushes and waiting for rotations. And if you know they're there, and you don't have someone safe like Joanna to check the bush or approach the bush and force them out, you just throw a hook. And if they're there, because you know they're there, maybe you can make something out of it with the Thrall stuns or the Malfurion route.
The problem with Stitches comes is that you have to win early. You
Yeah.
cannot give up the first objective and suddenly find yourself without 2 forts. This is the problem with Stitches. You can be a great Stitches player. You don't even need to hit hooks to be that effective. Like, you can just soak everything and, you know, wind up working in a wave clear. But if you fall behind with the Stitches and you don't have the Fog of War on your side, you're in big trouble. But they do have the Thrall, Jaina, and Malfurion. That's a really good 4-man. You don't need to go too far and grab a Kael'thas. Like, the Thrall route with the Malfurion route is more than enough.
It's more than enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you've got to get picks. You've got to make plays.
Yeah.
This is execution. They were very, very close in game number 2 with a high execution count. Let's see what they can do in game number 3. Linehouse, before we let you go, what are your thoughts?
Well, I really am I'm gonna pick square and 4 triangles because their execution's just been so much better. And while I would love to see more games, and I will hope that maybe my prediction's wrong because it usually is, let's be honest. But I think that they're really great at their execution, and they're taking the Maiev again, and that gave Tickle Me Tassadar fits in game 1, and with the Karazim, and I'm not seeing them stopping that again from happening, frankly.
All right, we're heading on into the game number 3. A square and 4 triangles looking to close the series out here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Crow, you want to introduce the Shapey Boys for us here in game 3?
Yeah, for on the blue side, we have Mortician on the Cassia, Dark Shadow on the Maiev. I make Elf, 3rd game in a row, and Joe for the 3rd game in a row.
Oh, they loving that front line, and it's been a good combo for them. On the flip side here, looking to extend this series, Bickle is going to be playing the Malfurion, Nikki Santoro on the Thrall, Old Pro on Stitches, Sheba on the Jaina, and Serenian on the Blaze. Tickle Me Tassadar down to what may be their last game here in season number 5.
Throws out the hook.
0 for 1.
Doesn't find it. We get a hook count.
What kind of Stitches build we got? Are we just going to go slam, slam, followed by slam and slam?
Really?
Change up.
That surprised me. I would think that you'd want to go in Stitches here more so than slam.
Okay, it's so much wave clear at 16. It feels so good when you finish slam build. I mean, obviously, listen, it takes a long time to get going. Keep an eye on the pro here.
I mean, I guess they know that they have no one who can safely. Like, if anyone gets caught by square and 4 triangles, they're dead. So like, why be tanky?
There's Joe with the early aggro there from Murden, making a.
Yeah, just watching these rotations.
Making a habit of bothering Oplo there in the Stitches. Mortician.
Over 2.
Okay. Cassia.
I got the hook count. Don't worry.
Cassia is such a fantastic target for Stitches because she usually plays at that sort of, we were joking around with that half range, we call it cigar range. You gotta play in Tychus land, kind of. It's like 3, I can't remember what the AA range is, it might be like 3-5, and we see
Dark Shadow doing these nights again. He has this down to like a science. He knows.
Yep. There's the shade.
Like, that's That's impressive.
A little bit of flair for the camera too with the extra vault. And Cassia has gone down.
They
Old
find the
Pro.
Cassia with the hook.
Hey, 1 for 3. You're an all-star in the big leagues there, buddy. That's a 333 hitter. Nice job.
That's a 33% hit rate.
And Tickle Me Task claimed first blood. So unexpected. They
pushing in on mid.
even faked out foul. All right. Bottom lane, Nikki on that Thrall makes a move for the neutral Giants. We see Serenity protecting them there on the Blaze.
They're actually
have to let that go.
Yeah, they're even on macro this time. Start of the game.
1 kill can really open things up. Jaina's got very good clear, even with the mage minion armor. She does a pretty good job here.
So the question becomes: is this Gorge? Oh, 1 for 4.
Ah, you gotta be winning so hard. I get it.
So I feel like the thought here is like we keep almost killing. So you could kill. You can win the rest of one person.
I'm just not a fan of Gorge unless, like I said, you're winning big.
Get the cars in with the hook. He's in right away into the roots. Bickle with the 100% faith follow up there.
High five from Malfurion. And that's 2.
That is 2. That's 2 kills.
15 gems turned in by Old Pro.
This is what I was talking about in the draft. Stitches is just very threatening for the style of rotation.
That was a hell of a hook, though. That was.
It was max range hook.
And the faith and Bickle with a laying the lawn down. Great play from the Malfurion there. Old Pro starting to get in a little bit of a rhythm. And now you'll start to see him play aggressive on the Stitches. Now that he can play sort of on the west side of the lane, if you will, his hooks become more threatening. He can also play with Fog. And that's the key to landing more hooks with Stitches. How many are you throwing out from out of vision? 33 gems turned in. Just watch here. Now he's got the bush. Doesn't care. 1 stun, big deal.
And they get the first turn in.
Serenian and Nikki. That's a
great
really good
execution
pair.
of the console here.
That's a
They're
really
a little
pushback. They've got to worry about top there. Jane will go ahead and pick that up. But again, I just love seeing the combo. Serenian and Nikki seem to be on the same page a lot. And even the little things there, such as picking up the first objective. And now we'll see what Tickle Me Task can do with it. Dash in from Wise Guy.
This is very risky for the shapes. Like, they're playing just completely up in Stitch's face, and that's just the hook into the roots yet again, and that is a dead Cassia. And, like, even before that, they were completely just stood as 3 members in the blizzard.
They ate a good chunk of damage there, and they're just setting up, and Old
I think their coordination is actually kind of biting them here.
This is funny how sometimes the off-meta picks just break things up. Stitches is just one of them. There's another hook. Root was a little late.
Doesn't quite get the roots that time.
Not that big of a deal.
Not
Most of top wall is gone. Most of bottom
the
wall.
XP advantage. This is the first time in the series where Tickle Me Task has had the XP edge. If they can keep all 3 lanes soaked. Hook goes out. There's the root on time. Farzim is in a Wise Guy, and he is just immediately picked up. Great job.
Now they've got to figure out how to.
Old Pro.
Now they got to push this advantage here. iMakeBean says 27 gems. These cannot get turned in. Nikki needs to see this. Does. There's the lightning.
Stops it with the lightning.
So now, at this point in the game, it takes like 6 to 7 waves to really pick up a level. It'll take a couple minutes, obviously, then to get to level 10. But this is a half-level lead. Most of the gems are on the front line.
Texan, hello. Hook comes back. Root's not quite picking him up. Would have had the jump aids. I don't think there would have been enough to secure that kill. Serenian might be in trouble in the bot lane.
Liz is holding no gems and will be okay. But that is going to be an opportunity for iMakeMemes. They need to worry about bottom. There's a turn in top. Memes is on third.
Is coming down.
I actually don't think
Tassadar is close to their second turn in.
I don't think it's the worst thing in the world for Square and for Triangles to actually give this up. They have 75 gems. And Joe gets wow, that's a big pickup.
Nikki's gonna wow, I can't believe Nikki didn't step out and do the
They pick it up?
Huh. Alright. Hook could be on Karzim here.
I was gonna say it's not devastating because like oftentimes here on Tomb, like the one thing that you can see is that if you can get those back-to-back turn-ins post 10, the couched XP and the fortifications and the wave clear that you're gonna pick up, it just turns into a massive snowball. And like there isn't a great delay game on Tomb, but it does exist, and it really is based around, you know,
Yeah.
post 10 getting back-to-back turn-ins, and you
Yeah.
can go from
I think-
10 to 16 in no time.
Mm-hmm. I actually prefer to play Tomb that way. I give up the first turn in so I can have back to
Yeah, and
or such good wave clear in front line that we can get the gem pushing.
it's not like
And they're
Tickle
gonna
Test.
put their sights on top.
Keep an eye on what got traded out here, because Tickle Test did not finish off a complete wall in the first objective.
They can, if a square and four triangles can open up the top side of the map here and threaten boss at later stages in the game.
This is not the
That
numbers
is
advantage
a-
you want for a Stitch's hook play. Even with Jaina here. You've got no help from the fort. And now they rotate down to mid. Nikki is in mid with Thrall. So all the walls have been removed. That is the level 10 advantage. But it is also right there for square and four triangles. We get Twilight Dream, Bunker, Sundering, Putrid Bile, and Ring of Frost.
This is a very close game. The shapes have their second turn like we were talking about, but so does Tassadar.
Yeah, now you're
Which
forced to
mean-
fight if you want that objective. And the square and four triangles will actually back off. I want to see if they're going to be willing to give the whole
Joe's
turn
gonna
out.
check this. Serenian might swap this out, spots it or stops it with the flame. Joe's gonna hold top.
Here's the difference in delay. This is a confidence measure right here. You have Urel and Muradin delaying 5 people. Now Old Pro's there. Let's see if we can get another hook play. Bickle's right there.
Hook is
Does not
down. If they
Avatar, Ward's Cage, Ball, Lightning,
the shapes
want
wanna fight,
and 7
at the
side.
time. Very similar comp to the first game on Cursed Hollow.
Watch the rotation here from the square and four triangles. Now that they have this camp pushing in, now they've got the backside of Thrall pushed out. Keep an eye on Joe there. This
Joe
a
is
feint.
zoning 3 members of Tickle Me Tassadar.
He's got that mage armor, but once he wants to make a move, Thrall could be the target. Hook comes
Bayab
out.
is turning in on the top side.
He's
Got
gonna
her
have to bump
gems in.
Avatar. There's Sundering. It
Thunder
doesn't-
does come out. Wise Guy's in trouble there. Yeah, there's the Putrid Bile. Bickle does go down right away. They're not close enough to the bunker to get in. Stitches was side, gets that slam, manages to pick up the Muradin. Mortician is the target, now stunned out by Serenity. Apologian stuck on the oil slick. Goes in for the fend, but he walks out in time. Is this going to be a dead Cassia? Yes, it is.
Memes goes
I
back.
think that he finds some way to get away. But he does not.
That was just a mess. Started off with
That was-
a big Sundering
yeah.
from Thrall there. Well played by Nikki Santoro. It looked like Muradin was just waiting for Trait to come through. And it just took a little bit too long.
That was chaos. That was not a well executed team fight by either. Which I think it favors Tassadar because the shapes are so well oiled and so coordinated that when they're off balance and off kilter in their fights, they don't get back on kilter very quickly.
Old Pro. It's a funny looking rotation there from Stitches, even with the Web Weavers about to pop. This will be 13 very quickly.
And now
Tickle Me Test.
Tassadar is going to push top, and Stitches could move up here and threaten the hook.
He's
Is
got-
spotted out by Joe, but does provide a lot of zone.
especially with Putrid Bile too. Even with the dashy, jumpy boys for square and four triangles, that's still a good bit of damage, particularly in a Karazim who does struggle with damage over time. Hook comes out, narrow miss. Wow. And there's a movement. Serenity on the backside there. Jet Propulsion hits 2 members. 7-sided strike to answer. We see Avatar, and now the bunker gets placed. There's another big flank from Thrall. Twilight Dream came out. Joe trying to get out. Serenian low. Putrid Bile used as well. Nobody goes down. Almost
Everybody
all of the R
lives.
buttons, except for Ring. Ooh, Siege Hook in the end from Old Pro. They have not picked up a single fort, and that's a little worrisome. Because I Make Memes has just sent the Web Weavers back the other way. And even
Yeah,
with
I
the
can't
13
see this
talent
not securing
disadvantage,
for it.
yes, this could wind up sort of being that old, that little reverse snowball play.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna look for memes here. Old Pro is gonna go for the hook.
Got it.
Does find it. Roots
Bro.
go down. She walks into it.
Ardent Defender.
Pops the Ardent Defender, and there's the hop out. Serenian goes for the Jet Propulsion, but isn't gonna find it. They need to be clearing. I mean, now that they're here, they're gonna rotate. Okay.
They picked up a big cooldown, but what they traded for the big cooldown was top. And top looks like it will be the first fort in this game to go down.
I don't know if that was worth it. They do have the
Joe?
Murd in here.
I think he might go. He's done.
Yeah. Oh, they used the Sundering Secure. I don't know if they needed to there. They had a second Moonfight.
Got the kill.
Just a second.
It's a
They
stat.
did get the kill.
Throw it up
Old
on the
Pro's going-
board.
Old Pro's looking for a hook here. Pretending he has hook. There it is. This is gonna be fishing hook at 16. It's gotta be.
But again, unfortunately, like we're gonna
need
keep
to
harping
side
on
build,
this. Look at top lane. That's most of top wall. In fact, it might be all of it with one more push here from the Web Weaver. Can we get some spoopy purple blob?
No. They get it just in the nick of time.
Finished it off.
They held on to mid 4. I was expecting that to go down as well in the chaos, but that kill on Joe kind of prevented the rotation from the shapes.
Seer. Mortician, not quite enough there with the Cassie. And then here we go again with the macro. The square and 4 triangles will have, we expect to see Muradin and Yrel just sort of delaying. Thrall moving back. Looks like both teams will pick up a bruiser camp. Tickle me Tassadar, still maintaining that that XP lead. They're a half level lead ahead, maybe even a little bit more. Square for triangles, no. They know Thrall's off the map. They don't want their bruiser camp to be intercepted first. Not too much else happened on the map.
An intelligent play here.
Old Pro with a bunch of gems. 85 gems on the side of Tickle Me Taz. The square and 4 triangles need about one more wave pickup, and they will have their objective. They will be down 16 shortly, though. They're still holding that objective.
Root is out from Thrall.
They're going to give up the turn-in. I think.
Goes out, not quite enough. We see every hook a root. And for every root a hook.
Serenian almost finishes that objective, and now the camp pushes in.
Level 16 advantage here.
There's Old Pro. Patience from a square and 4 triangles. They still have yet to give up a fort. This is what? Is this
he does go full slam build. No fishing hook.
This is a third objective for Tickle Me Task, right?
Mm-hmm.
You should be.
Third objective, no forts. They
barking on a keep door.
They have to get forts here.
They don't have the Merc advantage. This needs to be all 3 forts. And this needs to put you really close.
If they don't get forts, this game is stalled. Like, completely.
Finally, the Mage Minion goes. And the Web Weaver's under pressure. Double root there.
Nikki gets a really nice root.
Muradin's just top cleaning by himself. And now, Tickle Me Test trying to push down.
Root goes out. There's the root on my That's what... This should be forts going down.
And required no heroics. That's a very, very key point there. I wasn't sure if Bickle was going to rip the T-Dream or if we'd see, like, you know, a ring or something like that. So,
no, both teams are playing extremely patiently.
Bottom fort.
Except for that one Sundering.
I got a kill. Shush. It actually, it really did. It's a kill.
They collapse on Joe here. I think they can force this.
Watch Old Pro. Yep. Big trouble for Muradin.
Nice wraparound.
Northern exposure on Jaina. The 16 talent here, giving
8
the
seconds
root.
on my 40 on
Go
Muradin.
boss.
They go for the bit here.
Oh, you jump in with 5 members. This is the go pit, not the throw pit. No, you got 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds on Muradin.
It is the
Nikki. No, they're just gonna wind up picking this.
They got this. Yeah, they got it easy.
So,
easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
What are Tickle Me Test doing differently here? What's the recipe? Is it?
Like,
it's got to be more than
I think it's the stitches. It's the stitches.
Old Pro on the King Stitches doing work. 63 gems. They could get a turn, and they're not going to back up this boss. Going to require everybody to go ahead and turn in.
4th objective.
It's been a slow burn.
Very slow burn.
Boss isn't even. I don't think boss finishes off that wall. I think he'll get one tower.
Boss gets gate. I don't think it gets. I don't think it's the tower. Oh, it does. Okay, before it goes down, just barely an animation off.
Tickle Me Test is scared because of the Maiev combos. You know, like it wrecked him in game 1. There's
Karzim jumping into that slam.
T-Dream.
Just absolutely annihilates, and that's a lot of heroics to pass. They could overstay here. No, they're going for it. Files pop. Old Pro's running in. Serenian's looking for some slows. Root out on Maiev. And they have Web Weaver on keep here. Hook goes out, grabs the Muradin. Root not quite picking up, walks back into it. Rajal jumps into it. No stun from the Jet Propulsion, but that's a big Sundering. Ring of Frost is out, catches the Maiev on the top side, and that is going to be secured by the Jaina. That's going to be by the Old Pro, and they're going to keep chasing here. They can get one more kill, they could threaten core.
Watch out for Cassia. Cassia gets trade kills really easily. Okay, Mortician backs off. So they do wind up picking up top. Keep Muradin cleaning up in mid. Bottom
they're going to go
all the way
it.
back. They're feeling good. They got 30 seconds without Maev. Most of the R buttons are gone. Nikki steps up. They got a Thrall
They have Bile
on
and 8.
They'll be able to do it.
On core. Web Weavers are down.
Ball Lightning out. And Ball Lightning is already gone.
Tickle's down.
We still have Thrall just hammering on the backside. Ultra running away with Putrid Bile. Oh, no.
No, it's
oh, the blink!
Nikki gets out with the
blink.
blink.
The level 20! Oh, I gotta highlight that. Wind Rush! Nice play by Nikki.
I thought he was done there.
And the blink on Thrall.
Without Malfurion around to secure the hook kills, though, they're at a huge disadvantage. Like, I don't see how the Shapes don't rip a turn in here.
30 seconds. They gotta push a long way, though. Thrall going bottom. Yrel moves through the mid cap. I wasn't sure if he was gonna move on to Bruisers there. 46 gems. They don't have 20. Top is the win condition for square and 4 triangles, but they look like they'll be
gonna get caught out in this camp here. Joe's gonna not get there in time to stop them. Double camp is out. That does a lot to help stall this tier. Serenian is the kill target. Bunkers through the 7-sided strike. Maev is in there. She gets the ultra blind. Warden's Cage, Ring of Frost. Oh my gosh. The Shapes are getting damage here.
Karzim gone.
Nikki is looking for an entrance into this fight.
Oh, Shiba!
He's trying to find it. Mortician's on the backside. Thrall's gonna clean up here, and that is gonna be a full team white. As Tickle Me Tassadar has it. This is it, right? They go top and win. They have Catalyst.
Yeah, that's game. A square and 4 triangles went to take the odd man team fight, and they got gobbled up by Shiba, who did go down on the Jaina, but that ring hit 3 members. You saw Blizzard go out Corner Cold. We also had a couple of Roots, and then the Ice Block to live long enough to get a little bit more attack going. Wow.
That was insane. That looked really good for the Shapes. We're going to game 4.
Hey, we got an extra one.
We got an extra game.
Play a couple more there, baby. Tickle Me Tassadar with the comeback win in game number 3. Very well played.
Oh my gosh, that was very, very, very well executed. I think that is huge for TAS to come out and say, hey, we have this comp with a high burden of execution, and we cleared it. We cleared spades. Yep. We won the game. We looked pretty dominating the whole time. Like they still dropped some kills. It wasn't a complete shutout like a square and 4 triangles first game. But they were definitely in the driver's seat that whole time. It was a very, very slowly accelerating car. But they knew what they were doing.
Old Pro, by the way, leading the game in damage on Stitches. Leading, right?
Stitches tilts me. Yeah, 45k.
Well played.
Highest share damage in the game.
Very well played, good sir.
Why do you hate on Stitches?
Because I just lose to him all the time.
Really? He's like your boogeyman?
He's my boogeyman. It's specifically the chef Stitches with the red hat and apron. If I see Stitches using that skin, I know I lose. Like it always happens. It always happens.
Linehouse.
Linehouse. What did you see from your perspective, man?
Obviously, what I first saw was that my prediction was crap, and that might be by design, hopefully. Actually, the key difference is execution, right? Like Tickle Me Tassadar executed on everything they want to do that game, and that was like they were like just barely off in the last game, and it's like they're slowly getting better as the series goes on. I will say.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say Serenian on the Blaze. Did you see when they bunkered right when Ball Lightning got shot on them, and they basically negated it right away, like immediately? That was such a heads-up play in a team fight where that was gonna go. That was party time for the ball, and they just shut it down. That was really well done.
That bunker won the game on that Bruiser. It negated 7-sided strike completely. It ate the Ball Lightning. That's why they were able to fight that 4v.
Yes.
Like I know you're talking about Old Pro on the Stitches, and they did a really good job as well getting the hooks, but Blaze was MVP to me in that game.
And I think Nikki Santoro on this Thrall has been making moves. Like that's a hero that never gets like banned out. You're never like worried about a Thrall, but he's picked up momentum over the series. And we saw some Sunderings that like didn't quite connect in game number 2, and in game number 3, I think that was a big difference. Trying to get the Thrall on the flank, and occasionally debating. Occasionally. All right. We're almost set. We're going to go ahead and get our lobby in. We're going to take a quick break here once we get our teams into lobby. Let's talk a little bit more about game number 4, and where we will be headed to Towers of Doom.
Yes, we're going to Towers of Doom, not Infernal Shrine. Looking at the historical win rate for the teams on this map, neither of them have dropped a game, but they're not exactly either. Tickle Me Task only has the single game here over the regular season, where the Shapes have 2 and undefeated.
That sample size.
Yeah, that sample size though. 60% of the time they have 100% win. They could run the same comp, honestly. Like, Stitches works well on Towers of Doom.
Absolutely. And you know what? Even if you like get the free ban, even better. Sometimes you break a pick out like that, and then you wind up picking a free ban early, and it can lead to maybe picking up extra hero that's really a high priority one. Either map or just meta. You could, all right. Listen, I'd threaten it for sure. I'd love to get a free ban after that game on Towers.
Yep.
Hey, actually, I just realized I should add, since I did pick on Bickle game number 2.
It was money.
He was he was money game number 3. So
that was absolutely amazing. Like, I have a really hard time picking MVP for game 3.
Yeah, like, I mean they did all play really well, but
they all played extremely well.
Come on, you got
you gotta pick.
Can we give everybody prizes?
Wow.
Everyone gets a prize.
Oh man.
Participation trophy.
Okay, so we've got teams in lobby, so we gotta let them know. Game. I think, what do we need? We'll take a couple minutes. So we're gonna take a quick little about a 3-minute break.
Yeah, that should be enough.
That's actually let's head to that one. I'm getting tired, dog. What can I tell you?
Yep.
Okay. All right, we'll go find some more caffeine.
There we go.
For the rest of the series.
We'll be back in a couple minutes with game number 4, where we'll be headed to Towers of Doom. And there. All right, and we are back.
We're back.
Right before Game 3, we'll check in with our teams right now. We are headed to Towers of Doom. Gentlemen, are we going to get another Stitches?
I hope
Yes,
so.
please.
I'm down for more Stitches. Like I said before we went to break that I hate them, but I like watching other people play them.
I was gonna say, I think I have it on good authority that Stitches is still hungry.
I didn't get to. Well, what did he take at 20? Obviously, you can't take Hungry Hungry Stitches. That would be amazing if you could take that at 20.
That'd be amazing. Like an activatable talent.
We have one team. We're checking in our teams. Thank you guys for joining us in chat. I do see the man, the myth, the moist. Weenus is in chat. Himibo, what's happening, brother? Good to see you here. We've got both teams ready. Let's do this. Let's head on in.
All right, I'm stoked.
Game number 4.
Series. I feel like this is a completely brand new series.
Just so you know, Weenus, there's squirrels on this bow tie. That's the important part of this bow tie.
I have to go. I'm gonna have to zoom in later and look at that. TOD, by the way, is the unquestioned champion, the greatest map.
Yeah, it's the best map in the game.
All of Hotstream. Fight me.
No, I 100% agree with you. There was not a better map.
Sweep it.
If there was only one map in HOTS, I'd pick this map.
The only reason Towers is like iffy sometimes is because sometimes you just get like a hammer game and you're like, oh, this is just gonna be a slow roll to 40-0. Like that's about
40.
That's about the only bad time I have on Towers.
So still the Joanna ban. Banned now in 4 games, 3 times by the Shapes, once by
Hanzo again.
Tickle Tassadar.
So we need to get rid of
Still the
Tyrande.
Hanzo ban.
We need to get rid of Tyrande and Maiev, and then we.
So does
Tyrande
Bickle
for
just play
sure.
like a mean Tyrande?
Maybe he does.
Like, is
Let me
that why the
see
Tyrande ban?
I think I remember seeing Tyrande having a good win rate with actually. 100% win rate.
Stats bless.
But the sample size is 2 games, so. I don't know.
You know, you could. I really like how you humbled yourself there. You could have been like, yeah, it's 100%. You have to. It's
100%. I'm sorry.
No one would have
100%
known.
Win rate.
No
There's no
one
way of
defeated.
knowing.
They get rid of the Blaze.
So Stitches is open.
Dahaka is open.
Ooh.
Tyrande is open.
Urella's open. I'm
Rel.
expecting more Urel.
If I don't care. Like if Dahaka does not get picked here, my first rotation is Dahaka Tyrande for Tickle Me Taz. And then I can actually feel really confident in my draft.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Shapes
are they
taking
just-
the thrall.
Are they taking everything away now? They don't.
Are they just gonna play Tass's comp? Like, is that the plan? Like, oh, you guys finally found a comp that works against us. We're gonna play it. It's our comp now.
Dahaka Tyrande, do it. Jaina,
Stitches.
even better.
Done.
We
Done
did.
and done.
Listen, if you're not gonna
Game
do, if
5,
you're not
let's
gonna do something smart, do something that won a game. Stitches Jaina coming at you yet again. Game number 4. All right.
So he is
we're
still
gonna
hungry.
see
Confirmed.
Malf again. Bickle
Do they
played
ban
just such
Malf?
an amazing Malfurion.
They
I
have
don't
to
think
ban
you need
Malfurion,
to,
right?
because
I think they banned Malfurion.
do you-
Like Tyrande still works.
Tyrande, Deckard, Stukov.
Like they all work.
all,
It's
like-
really hard to ban out a support that works well with Stitches.
Even Whitemane, like you can make the argument
Yeah.
that if you're going to if you want Stukov, why not take the hero that is objectively better in the meta? Take
There's
Whitemane for the
Murder
same route at
cards.
13.
But your burden of execution with a Tyrande over a Malfurion is so much
Oh,
greater.
it's so much higher. It's ridiculous.
But she's a better hero.
That's a true story.
True facts. Sad facts.
Cass-
Actually, I'm not.
No,
talking about that.
good
Malfurion
facts.
was
'cause
meta-
Malfurion is boring.
Malfurion was meta for way too long.
Malfurion is boring to play as.
I enjoy playing DPS Malf.
See,
Remember when he was a
exactly.
lane? Remember when he was a lane bully for like 2 weeks? Moonfire autos, Moonfire autos,
There it
Moonfire
is.
autos.
There's
Get out of
your,
town.
there's your mouth, man.
There has been so many different versions of Malfurion. Like if you go all the way back.
So
he's-
which version of Malfurion is the best?
Current one, because he's not played.
Oh wow, that was just weird.
So Bickle's sad about the
Tyrande?
mouth ban.
So then Tyrande?
Still
I
got,
think
you still have Kane,
Stukov. I think it's
Stukov.
Stukov.
And they take the Grey Mundo. That's probably where the cat.
They had their pick of the supports there. Abathur.
Ooh, hat on Karazim and Genji.
No, hat on Muradin.
Hat on everyone.
Just hit Q on.
Just
hit Q on someone. They're all gonna get value. They're all gonna get value.
Like, I don't know. I'm terrified of Battle Muradin. I don't know if they have.
Just take the Dahaka. If unless Tickle Me Touch just doesn't have it here. There it is.
Hey, there you go,
Takes it
Bobo.
all the way down.
That helps. That helps a lot.
Like, who do you try and drag?
No. You're like, I don't want to die. you need the, you want the macro wave clear.
No. I mean, like, so like, in a team fight, right? Like, you want to use your abilities.
Okay, they legitimately have the ability to whatever target gets dragged can just be gone. That's not difficult with this comp.
No, it's not. Greymane has to go Curse Wallet.
It's not difficult.
mind.
You wind up using Hook as like a short range stun, which is it's perfectly
Mm-hmm.
fine and it's very acceptable if you wind up getting that play. Okay, Abathur has not had a lot of play in any of the C-Div matchups that I've had, and this is arguably his best map.
This is gonna be a really, really interesting series.
Sky Temple would like to have a word with you.
Nah, get out of your lighthouse.
We might have to settle this. We might have to settle this outside of cast. That's an interesting point. I'm going to be thinking
1v1s.
Yeah, we'll play it just a bunch of Abathur. Okay,
1v1 me.
All right, so let's when we're looking at this setup. However, bot lane control without the Abathur is going to be difficult.
Yeah.
The Dahaka Global is going to make these objectives potentially go very quick if Tickle Me Task can get their way, and you've got a Dahaka on the backside looking to make the pinch and come from behind. Who do you like in this game?
You know, I'm gonna go with my tradition.
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna vote for Shapes because I want Game 5. So Shapes is gonna win.
Okay. I hate Genji, so I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote for Tickle Me Tassadar. I just don't want to see the Genji win.
Oh my God, Crow just votes.
I really
cold
want to
hard.
see Serenian's Dahaka.
Yes, Serenian's been fantastic
Yes.
this whole set.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see how they execute the Dahaka and how
I
they
want to see
use the
some
Brush
sick
Stalker.
Yoshi tongues.
That's key here. How does Serenian utilize his global presence?
All right.
I want to see sick Yoshis right here. See that?
And on that note, Linehouse, we'll see you on the other side.
Right.
I'd
Get
love
outta
to see
here.
it. No, I do. I'd love to see it. That was cool, man. Thumbs up. All right, game number 4. We are headed to Towers of Doom. Bobo's going to resume this bad boy. Looks like, where are we starting? We're going to start over on the side of Tickle Me Tass. Old Pro yet again on the stitches. Nikki Santoro on the Greymane. Team's getting a little check on. Bickle will be playing the Stukov. Shiba on the Greymane, and Serenian will be playing the Dahaka.
For the blue side, representing 1 square and 4 triangles, we have Mortician. Wise guy on that card.
5, 4,
Is from him.
3,
Joe again on the Muradin. 4 games of Muradin. Does Joe play anything but Muradin? I make memes on the Thrall and Dark Shadow this time on the Abathur. Slugging his way to mid.
You don't have. You can just play Muradin. It's perfectly acceptable.
It's fine.
Says the
Go for one.
Says the level 43 Muradin. You could just. That's all you need.
So, the shapes already are set up in bot lane. I'm wanting to see Tickle Me Tassadar get down there soon. Bot lane control is going to be key to the early game and mid game and the whole game for Towers of Doom.
See Abathur set up nice and safe. Old Pro. 1 for 2.
Look out on Genji.
Wow, that's aggressive play by Greymane. He starts to get traded out a little bit.
But it's a good trade.
All right,
The
so
shapes don't have good wave clear.
no,
They have good soap,
no, they're
but
all.
their wave clear is abysmal.
They just have like this sort of quasi double soap thing going on with Abathur. Naturally doing what he does. Nikki dodges.
Joe misses the Storm Bolt.
Yeah.
Nikki's got fast feet this series, dodging the Nintendo Power,
It's been gaining steam.
dodging. Yeah.
Was close in game 2 to making a big difference. In game 3, played very well. We'll see what happens here in game 4. Greymane already getting started on the Pumpkin Steppers in bottom lane. Abathur, though, has pulled maybe, what, 15% of a level ahead? It's a slight advantage with the slug. We always keep an eye out. If you're trying to figure out, you know, what just taking a peek. What does Abathur do so well? Just watch that XP bar, because Abathur will not miss waves. The squared 4 triangles have been the better macro team pre-10. So once you get post 7, Abathur with a mule and his ability to heal up the chip damage on structures, he winds up turning the macro advantage heavily in the favor of the squared 4 triangles. And then with Abby, it's all about whether or not you can hit the talent tier advantages first.
The rotation to top, I'm not extremely in love with. Pick up the top sappers, because they're not able to contest the bot lane sappers from the shapes now, and their chip damage matters heavily.
Ooh. All right, one tower down. Stitches misses. We see Greymane making his moves. When 3 pumpkin sappers usually take out a tower. If they don't, Abathur does the little mule thing at level 7. Both teams have picked up level 4. Slight XP advantage for a square and 4 triangles.
Heading into 5. Serenian.
Big drag.
Finding the thrall. Really, really big drag in that.
Does he have the W?
Massive.
No primal swarm. I thought he might have had it out. Coming off of
Thrall doesn't have the tap though. Abathur might channel.
And now the fun. We see Dark Shadow on the Abbey going ahead, and he will pick this up. Thrall can keep the soak up. We'll see if the teams are going to fight over bottom. 4 shots apiece will go over. See Greymane on the flank. Wise Guy looking for the channel.
There's the Brush Knocker on the backside. He's going to have the drag looking on Wise Guy.
And he picked it up.
And he does get it.
And there's the mini
stun. And there, that short range stun. Yep. And that is that. Very, very clean execution. The collapse there. They're going to look to stall. No one blocked the Stormbolt. Thrall just soaking away in top lane. Abathur soaking away in mid lane.
The kill does matter, though, and First Blood helps Tickle Me Tass claw their way back into the XP game.
They find the Genji. I actually... The Genji into the silence is almost more impactful than Genji into the root. Because if he was mouth and not blowing T-Dream, Genji gets rooted, he pops to... You lose your burst window, and then he just sort of skips away. But at least this way you get good, very positive trades in your favor. And that may have been the deciding factor on why they went Stukov over Kane.
Pulling Muradin. Joe gets whipped back. Nikki goes in a little bit of dark flight engage from the Grey Mundo.
Yeah, Nikki's out for blood this game. Someone gets hooked, and he's just off.
7s are online. Abathur still holding. See the cards.
What have we got here? It's got to be Mule for Abathur. Targeted Excision from Stukov. Feeding Frenzy from the Dahaka. I like it.
And Ancestral Wrath.
Ultra holding his 7 as well.
Ancestral Wrath is a really nice talent to have in his stitches, any type of percentage-based damage, which
yep.
is often hard
there's
to
your Mule.
by. Yeah. Had to have it. Nikki.
Still holding. Nikki a little bit caught out in the bot side, trying to go for it in. Tickle is there to support him. He dark flights.
That should be a dead Greymane.
That's a dead Greymane. Don't think he knew that the rest of the shapes were just around the corner.
Greymane winds up getting blasted. Wise Guy on the Kharazim there making plays. 1-1.
Really awkward timing.
And now here, listen, we're always going to come back to this with towers and with Abathur. Look at the XP. This was even. The advantage was on the side of Tickle Me Tass. 1 Greymane kill, a little bit of Pumpkin Sapper pressure, and now it swings over to 2 of the Shapey Boys.
Alright, and this is every member coming down to fight over the bot lane point. Your hook is out, it catches the...
Sheba got stormed a little bit. There's Serenian.
The dig is a little bit later. They do find the drag. It is on. I make means on Thrall. Does get by the Greymane. They're looking for more here.
Should have 1 more hook before everybody gets over the gate. Near miss.
Doesn't have the speed boost necessary to secure it though.
32.
I feel like that Brush Knocker was just a little bit.
Effective, but you know it might have been an extra kill or 2. I make memes is going to be in big trouble with a Thrall. He sort of becomes the de facto, you know, range soft target, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And
it doesn't have the get out of jail free kit that Yrel has.
Yeah, and I'm curious at level 10, is this because there's a lot of anti-synergy between Thrall and Genji if they want to take Sundering. I feel like you just sort of have to take Earthquake. And then if you take Earthquake, what's the choice with the Ganjo?
That's a really good question. I feel like you can't go Dragon Blade into Stukov. I feel like they use the X strike to try and secure kills off of clone targets.
10 on lines. Ring, go for the throat.
Yeah, there's the X strike.
And sundering. See,
X strike.
That's a hard. I listen. It takes discipline. It takes communication. We want to see it. Top wall is gone. We get massive.
Well, anyone's gonna pull it off. The square and 4 triangles are gonna pull it off.
File.
Joe's looking for one of the squishies. Gets spotted out with the slam by Old Pro. Everyone's staying safe. They are very, very slowly. They need to actually clear
Docket needs to make the move.
the sappers when they come in.
There's memes.
Docket. Yep. There's the move. 7-sided strike. Drag is down. Ultimate evolution on the backline. There it is on the Genji. That is double dive out on Bickle. Gonna stay safe there. Ring of Frost goes out and doesn't connect. An Old Pro now. A little bit of danger there on the front line. Avatar is popped. Huge sundering catching 4 on the back line. There's Genji. Swift strike. And this is the full pickup.
Oh my god.
That is going to be Grey Mane down as well. Ultimate Evolution securing that kill just before it expires. That was a
double Genji.
Devastating fight. They're going to actually pick up the bot fort here before they channel.
That's a lot of deflect value. That's yikes. The ring was a little bit panicky. Bickle did a great job moving away from the team fight there with the Stukov. The big play in there was I Make Memes. I think he hit everybody with that sundering, and it just dropped anybody who was above half health to below. A lot of displacement in there. Well played. And Joe with the Murden is just so comfortable wading into the fight there. And that's an extra shot picked up, 32-27 in terms of core health now. And a big XP lead for a square and 4 triangles.
And we racing onto 13s here.
Abathur's going to make this even worse. Even worse. 13. So now you're going to be down. You've lost the 13 talent tier. You're going to be looking at the 16-14 fight, which you don't want probably for the next, maybe not next objective. They might catch up in time.
They need Shiba to clear the sappers. And they keep sending Shiba away to clear mid. Not this time though, finally.
A level and a quarter. This is going to be terrible timing for the tower to come back. There's the Blizzard. Does get one of one sapper. Old Pro steps up. Everybody moving in. And
there's the
that is under trouble.
Frost catching 2.
With the shove. Old Pro is okay. Yeah, Mortician wanted to kill. Actually finds it. Using the deflect to get out Joe onto Bickle. Murden is deep. He doesn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, Murden is down here. That tower is so wounded though already.
I'm trying to make sense of that trade though. Didn't give up a tower. 1 for 1. Stitches for Murden. No camps available. Death timers are in favor of Tickle Me Tassadar, and they are about to step onto the 13 talent tier.
13. Yeah.
That worked out probably as well as it could have. Just, not losing the fort in bottom.
Yeah, that beautiful Ring of Frost from Shiba there is what made that happen. Even though Mortician does secure Old Pro on his way out from under the tower, it could have been worse if he hadn't gotten chunked.
Murden's back. This should be a 1 for 1. Hook actually
trying to be sneaky with that hook.
Try to get cute. Try to get the wraparound and maybe catch the edge of Karzin, but Old Pro now has to use Putrid Bile to get out. There's the step up. Serenian. Nobody's home. Abathur stays in bottom lane. And that's going to be the focus. As a square and 4 triangle is now a level away from 16. They're up 7-3 in terms of kills. We'll check the talent tier lock in. Jaina only halfway done with advanced ice block. That's a problem.
That's late.
Nikki is in big trouble here.
Nikki is
they're gonna bomb this tower. Yep.
So dead. Yeah.
That should be bottom tower, and that also may wind up causing a camp. Bickle, they're good mesh of shield. 10 seconds on that bottom camp. 16s are near here.
I think squares get that camp.
You think they'll take the tower first? Yep.
Yeah, and then they're gonna go on camp. We need great hooks from Old Pro.
It's been more about the zoning
he's
with
struggling
Stitches.
in this game.
Hey, he's been struggling. Just he has a limited number of targets. Again, not knowing if you don't know that Abathur is in their repertoire, I mean that would have been a great secondary ban. I understood what the Cassie was. They wanted to keep a squared 4 triangles off of these, familiar comps, but a great adaptation by bringing in the slug. This is now a 2-level lead. This is the last of the triple altar phase. And with a 28-23 core health advantage, we will see how a square and 4 triangles can maybe expand upon that here.
If they can grab 2 of the altars here, which they're set up to do with the pressure in bot lane.
I thought maybe Thrall would be. I thought maybe Thrall would be aggressive in the top lane. They're gonna go for the 2-for-1. Now Dahaka can come in.
Old Pro's going for it. Gets stunned up. 7-sided strike is out. Damage is split.
Serenian's here.
2, but they just can't stop the Genji.
Murden got traded out, and Karzim went down. Hold the phone here.
Jaina's still alive. Yeah, I thought that was heavily.
Nikki has go for the throat. Oh no. Shiva goes down. Serenian's got a long way to go.
Goes down. There's the Sundering.
A moment for Tickle Me Task, but it is not to be as Mortician on that Genji doing Overwatch things. Not fair. Full ping pong build.
Is going to be the bot tower resecured
for 15
soon.
Yes, and with that,
not quite.
Look at the pressure from Abathur here in the side lanes. He's got walls being removed. The double soak is real. We've got Locust in mid lane, Hat in top. Mortician
level advantage.
Mortician needs to be a little careful here.
They're gonna go for him.
He'll be all right.
Abathur's gonna speed him out of there.
Meanwhile, the Slug making moves up in top lane yet again. And oh boy,
nasty team fight.
Next objective might be 20 advantage. I Make Memes and Joe are here. They're going in on the backside. Bickle's only got one
strike out from
swipe. Oh boy. There's Bile. Stukov already gone before, I think before any of the animations could get through. Wise Guy with the 7-sided strike. Actually now in a bit of trouble there. Sundering to disengage.
Old Pro's looking for it again.
Bit of a longer cooldown there, and it is only Stukov. Silver linings for Tickle Me Test. I thought that was going to be a lot worse. They actually almost got a counter.
I thought it was going to be a 3 for none.
Yeah. Double altar phase. This could very well wind up being another 8 shots going over to a square and 4 triangles. 10 seconds before Bickle comes back. However, the mid tunnel is available for a quick and hasty entrance to the battlefield.
And the shapes are still pressuring bot lane, as you do.
6 seconds left. Stukov back, taking the channel.
You get the tunnel.
Tickle Me Task knows that it'll be easier to get Stukov there for the help on mid, and they're giving up bottom right now. They still have enough of a tower in bot lane.
There's Genji.
There was
shove.
The shove.
Does not connect.
There was the drag.
Does not connect.
Watch out for the clone. Any second now. There's the root on Old Pro. Ring hits 3 members. Wow, Murden goes down the trade as Jaina is there. Now we've got Genji on top of Genji. Mortician trying to find a way out. Actually does find the kill on Stukov, and there's the ping pong coming through. Dark Shadow distracting with the clone. 2-for-1. Clone
about
nearly
to expire.
expired. But Memes is the target, and Nikki almost getting out of there. Remember, he is go for the throat. There's one proc.
Wise Guy gonna go down and
Did he get the Mortician in time? Yes.
Old Pro wants the slam. He gets it.
Tickle Me Task wins it.
Tassadar comes out ahead. That is unexpected. They need to invade their camp.
The Stitches damage over time is very difficult for Karzim to deal with, particularly post 16 when the slam build really comes online. And we saw it clutch that kill out on the Karzim, but it makes a lot. It makes it for, you know.
They're making their way to boss.
Let's take a look here. What's the damage? Stitches yet again leading the team fight damage. And with the Grey Mane, they're going to go for boss. I like it. It's just Karazim and Abathur. You have to take this off the map in order to claw your way back in. This will put this game at 16-11. Tickle Me Task are trying to find a way to level 20. Trying to find a path to game number 5.
I feel like unless they rotate bot, like right now, they're trading boss for their own bot tower. Though. They're not going to be there in time to stop these.
It's so low that why bother? Right? I mean, maybe you get top camp and you're going to have to cap it back. If you defend bottom and you wind up losing heroes, you could just see the game get wiped out.
That's game.
Giving up bottom.
You're right.
You want to, but here's the thing: you want to give up bottom fort, but you don't want to give up not one pumpkin zapper. Yes, because we're past the point where we're not gonna have any more triple altar phases, but we will have double altar phases. And if you are staring down 10 shots, as opposed to even the possibility of losing out on 8. That's a big difference when you're getting close to the single digits.
Is going to try and trade the forts here. Are they going to be able to defend?
So here, did you
the
give
shots here?
You
they
give
have a lot of pumpkins coming.
You've got stitches and a ring to follow up. All your R buttons. This is
Haka has a bush to burrow too. They need to stop these.
There's the bile. Keep an eye on Shiba to step up. Silence on the sappers. Mortician goes in. Big deflect value there on Nikki Santoro. Mortician in again. Genji almost finds the kill. Greymane gets out. Thrall goes down. The kill has been traded. Wise Guy with the 7-sided strike. The Pumpkin Sapper still on the border there. There's Ice Block. Goes in. There's one kill, but the clone is followed by Genji. Abathur's been mid, has not gone for the channel. Karazim's going to back up.
They hold.
I think they get this channel just from the distance that has to be traveled.
Yeah, they do get the channel. They might find
Joe is
though.
Gone.
And from finding Joe, they could attempt to.
I mean, there's not very much to do.
Towers.
That's all they can do is just take a tower back. This is Abathur value right here. You win the team fight, you get 3 kills, and because of what the slug does, all you can do is just pick up the pieces.
You lose the objective.
You get no advantage. I mean, obviously, you get the advantage of being able to come back in the game and staying in it, but...
So they're actually on their 20s here now.
value.
When that fight broke out, Tickle Me Tassadar didn't have their Storm tier.
They're about caught up in XP. Scaling is not something to sneeze at post 20, particularly when you have a Stitches.
Yeah, that's slam damage.
And just the health on that big boy. Look at this.
Top
This is
tower
healthy bottom wall. Mule is healing up top. Memes need to be careful here. Staggered deaths are not going to end the game, but they will probably...
They're how you come. They're how you lose.
Like,
they
yeah.
put you on the path to losing, especially on Tower of Doom, especially in an Apple.
One staggered death at this point of the game, considering the death timers are going to be 65 seconds plus, and I mean you're going to miss out on the next objective phase. Yeah, it's basically going to be a tie ball game. Double altar spawn. This could be it.
The shapes are in position to control bot. Tickle Me Task has to come down. Dahaka has Brush Stalker. Old Pro leading the charge. They need... what are they looking for here?
He needs to be concerned about the team fight rather than the soak, which it looks like he is. In fact, if Serenian does not have to use Brush Stalker to get in, that can be a huge boost. Maybe even have time to back.
They're going to trade?
They don't want to force. They're going to make this a one-team fight game.
Risky ball game.
They're going to make it a one-team fight game. What's boss at? A minute, maybe? Maybe a minute 30?
Boss is at a minute 16 right now.
Yep.
This is down to the wire.
12-2. Tass's patience will reward them with...
The shapes are getting into position.
Oh yeah, they want the you check boss, you go bye-bye.
Yeah, you send Stitches in alone, he walks in.
Abathur value in top lane. He's up against the top 4, and he's also up against mid. Serenian's got a lot of waves to go ahead and pick up, and there's a bunch of wells gone. Let's see, top go down. Mid still has a well. Hook play here.
This is intense. Fight could break out.
No wave.
Any moment. Hook is out. They catch Joe. That's not their ideal target here. Sundries pop defensively as Jada catches them with the Ring of Frost. They find Karazim, who gets out with the 7-sided. Genji tested, looking in the back line, finds
1 for 1.
That was Clone finding Jaina. 1 for 1 so far. Serenian does get that dig in.
Clone's going to expire with no health soon. Dahaka's up at the front. He gives
He's gonna look for Nikki
you know
right
what?
He dies.
Joe? Massive Shove will be back up.
Tassadar finds a miracle team fight off of kind of, in my opinion, a sketchy hook. They need to get both of these towers.
Both towers and a boss are up.
Yeah, if they can get both towers and one more kill here.
This is 2.5 v3 because Clone is not available. They need to make a very aggressive play here. In fact, Serenian almost needs to think about dying for this. If you can find a 1 for 1 trade, I actually think that might be enough. Now the move is made. I Make Memes is trying to get the channel. There's the virulent reaction on Muradin is going to keep him out of there. Nikki trying to find a kill. Greymane does not convert on the Muradin. Here's Serenian.
Joe is looking
the
to
hook.
Back in.
Does Thrall go down? Sunder?
Sunder in his pot, but doesn't get the Dahaka off of him.
Stitch is gonna get him.
Stitches
That's
is
60
low.
seconds on Thrall.
That's 60 seconds on Thrall.
Old Thrall might go down. No!
Old Thrall goes down to the
Oh,
Thrall.
this game is spicy. That boss is gonna... Oh, boy. That
Oh
boss
my
is in
God.
play. Mortician on the
He's gonna finish
Ganjo.
this no, he's not.
X-Strike misses. Here's Jaina.
Shiba's in.
There's 11-sided Strike. Ring
Ring
of Frost comes
on the
through.
clone.
Oh, Shiba!
Massive
Marcy's
isolation
gone!
out on Genji.
The Ice Block, does Shiba live? They've got to figure out how to get rid of the murder. Stuck inside of the silence. Joe is low. Bickle trying to find the chase. Mortician's on the
looking for
backside.
more.
Needs to find Jaina. That's
Shiba's
3
trying to stay
mines.
alive.
Bickle
They
and
need to get their
Serene
channel.
clear.
Joe is stalling like a hero.
I don't know how they get it without getting the Genji killed. Nikki's trying to find him. Greymane does not have go for the throat.
Bickle's gonna go zone in that bush.
Shiba might be the one.
13 seconds on Thrall.
Gets the Q over the wall.
They're gonna
There's
keep stalling here.
Oh boy.
They need multiple people to channel so they can't interrupt.
He missed. They can't figure it out. Shiba's got to make a move on this Jaina and is afraid of the
Shiba has
Genji.
got to move aggressively.
Mortician went in. The Blizzard he hopped back into. There's the slow. Jaina gets the kill.
Iceland!
This should be 4-2 with a boss up. And 5v4. Genji has gone for 57 seconds. Tickle Me Task
Without
can play for
Genji,
game.
they can't deal with the Stukov. They're gonna go for it. This is intense.
Whoa, this is for game 5.
The shapes have to come.
They're not gonna. They can't get it.
Ring of Frost. Just,
No, it's
They get-
way too
and
long.
that game's is coming around. Oh my gosh.
Way too
Going
long.
to game 5. That is incredible. I see Limehouse in cans.
Towers is the best map in the game.
I may have
Oh
forgot that you
my
can still see me.
God.
Towers is the best
that was
map
insane.
in
What
this
is
video
chat
game.
saying? They don't know yet.
Yeah, they don't know. Oh my god.
This is wild. Mortician got a little too aggro with the Genji. He had poke.
Patience on Shiba to just wait.
I thought there was a mistake. I thought she had to step out and just start to get
I
the
thought
poke
she had
in.
to step up and
Nope.
try and zone.
And Mortician went for the ping pong. Tried to
That
get
was
the
That was
longest,
incredible.
the longest channel of my life. I think I lost 5 years of my life watching.
Oh my god.
Towers is the best map in the game.
I need a second. I just need a second. Cause like, okay, MVP that game.
I was gonna say Abathur until he lost.
Like I still think it's Abathur. Like rightfully, I think it's Abathur. But
Wow.
that Serenian on the Dahaka made a couple really good late game drags.
Serena's been Serena's been fantastic in all of these games.
All of these games. And
yeah. Bickle,
was
the virulent reaction skill shots have been great. So Stitches and Stukov are a problem, and sooner or later one of those heroes is going to get a free ban.
oh my god.
We're heading to game
I
5.
mean-
Far out, man. What a great little grand final. This is cool. I am absolutely digging it.
I can't even. Bickle actually whispering me and saying it's extremely stressful.
This is one of those times I really wish all of our faces could have been down the lower left when that match kind of ended, or how it was ending, because I'm pretty sure we all had like
Oh my
a
God.
shocked look
Like,
in our face.
You
'Cause that
just,
was
you just ran out of words.
I had like one hand on my chest, one hand on my face.
Far out. That's
So I will say, I was not feeling the Thrall. I think they took it away from Nikki, but I don't think memes utilize it as well as he's been utilizing the Ural.
He's the target in a team fight.
But I understood why they did it,
Yes.
right? Like they
Yeah,
really
I
wanted to be
understand the
squirrely.
logic.
Well, they also want to be squirrely, right? To make Stitches really hard to have a chance to land a hook.
Hmm.
So he does have the win free. He does have, he's a bit more, I mean, he's not like a Genji like they already had,
Yeah.
but he's, a little bit more squirrely than other heroes. So I get the logic behind it, and it seemed to be working, in all fairness, for a while.
That may have been like one of those times I actually wanted Earthquake over Sunder. And it's usually not something that I can harp on too much, but like in the pregame we're like, okay, is it Quake plus Dragon Blade? I kind of figured Sundering and X-Strike, I mean, those are anti-synergist talents. You can have it set up properly where like you get the displacement and then it just winds up dropping a dime on them. But like I said, I don't like harping on heroics. You can make things work, but if you're only playing with 4 heroes, your R buttons have got to be on point.
Yeah, and it started off very well. Like their early game team fights were ridiculously clean. Like I couldn't even follow Mortician in the team fights.
He was all over the place.
And
then the clone came in.
I'm a little bit ashamed to say. Like, it didn't help there were 2 Genjis, but
how often did he live with like, I swear, 1 hit? He just like meanders away. He's like in the middle of them, has 1 hit point, and then somehow gets out. I hate Genji so much. That being
so Linehouse's reverse predictions correct every single game.
I like to think that
you're making the difference. You may not mean to do it. Oh boy, game number 5, and hey, we're headed home.
We're going to Infernal Shrines.
There it is, finally.
It took a long time. I was looking at the maps and I'm like, wait a minute, we're gonna go to game 5.
We've gone everywhere except Infernal Shrines.
Except for Infernal Shrines.
Where's Blackheart's Bay? I don't understand. Is that not okay?
So where do you go in a best of 7 in HOTS? Can you even play? Yeah, there's 7 maps.
That's all you can play. That's it.
Yeah, that's all the maps.
You go everywhere, baby.
It's just the max. This was the map selection of a square and 4 triangles. They've been going, back and forth between first pick and map pick, and they chose to take us to Infernal. We've seen a lot of, we've seen a lot of Alex bans, so I feel like that's going to move up. Are we finally at the point where people are just going to start banning out each other's comforts?
I think so. Like in game 5, like this is the time where you. I always feel like I either do something odd, like a little bit off the beaten path, or I just go full on comfort pick mode. It's like no in between. So I'm really curious to see what these drafts are going to be like. I want to note that we haven't seen Phoenix at all this whole series, and I feel like Phoenix is pretty good hero. So if there's going to be a surprise pick, like dark horse pick, I'm going to put my money on.
I haven't seen any.
Is just going to get banned over Johanna?
I haven't seen any Garrosh from either side. I'm just trying to think of some other, sort of high contested heroes. We've seen some supports make it through the draft quite easily.
Well, we haven't seen the Zeratul, right?
Yeah, we haven't seen the Zeratul. We saw the kind of like Pocket Ming come out early. Both teams play Li Ming.
Zeratul's a very strange pick when you get deep in a series. You have to be so confident, because anytime you're playing Zeratul, you have the opportunity to mess up one VP, you feel like that one play just broke your team in a series.
Have we seen ETC yet?
No. Yeah, we haven't seen ETC, but hear me out, right? Jaina has been a hotly contested pick.
Oh, yeah.
She's been played every single game. If you're running Zeratul Jaina, you're going way back. You're going way back to the Stone Ages in terms of competitive hot. And that might be what these teams need. They need comps that they're comfortable on.
All right.
I'm so excited for this draft. Like this is intense.
I'm actually really enjoying the chat in the lobby right now. Like
there's some good banter going back and forth, but like you got people saying my hands were shaking because listen, everything came down to once you get post 20 on towers, like first kill wins. Like that's it, because you're gonna take that kill and you're just gonna exert map control. You're gonna take a boss. You're gonna get an extra camp or something like that. So it was 12-2, right?
Yeah.
And then the double cap plus boss.
Well, the Shapey boys are even saying that even though they lost that game, it was fun they had that last game, right? That's how intense and how amazing that game was.
It was awesome.
It
was awesome.
Let's get into draft.
I love towers. Like I said, it's the best map in the video game. This is a best of 5 series. We are in game number 5. Winner take all.
Do we see Stitches again?
Dipsy Grand Finals. I'd be shocked.
We're seeing Stitches in some way.
Chat, thank you for hanging in with us tonight.
This has been a marathon.
It's only 9 p.m. What are you guys talking about?
On the left coast.
All right. First ban, first pick here for Tickle Me Tassadar. They're sticking to their guns with a Hanzo.
Fine with that.
That's a good
fine.
one too,
I'm still fine with it here on Shrines.
Okay, Johanna, Stitches, other.
Like I think if any time is the time to let the Joe through, it's time.
I think they take. I would take the Blaze away 100%.
To be fair, I wouldn't be super into Stitches on Infernal Shrines. I feel like it's pretty easy to stand in the objective.
It is very hit or miss. I do think, trying to go after Serenia a little bit, trying to take away his preferred pick, even though
try and undermine him.
Yeah, listen, if you ban a Blaze out, it generally means that Dahaka and Yrel will go immediately. That's a little bit of a risk if you use a Blaze ban here. Blaze is a little bit more of he gets more value in the secondary ban phase, just because if you ban him in the primary, there are still a number of very good solo laners. And actually, wow.
Hello.
Wait, Tassadar banned the Blaze.
Interesting.
What is Serenian doing?
I think he wants.
Is he trying to? He's trying to force Yrel Dahaka?
I mean, he's got the choice here. You can
or Thrall Dahaka.
If he lets him go, he's gonna, you get one or the other.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, this is bold.
This is spicy.
Insta.
Diablo's open. Li Ming is open, but I don't personally favor Ming on Shrine.
Jaina is really good on this map.
Damage is super useless. Yeah, I'd go Jaina to Diablo.
I think one of these teams also will likely pick up Kayn.
Like I feel
Diablo
like you can't not pick Diablo Jaina here. If the Maiev team gets Diablo, like you have to take them. Tassadar forced the Shapes to pick Jaina Diablo there, and I hope they have a plan.
What's amazing to me is that, can Yrel Whitemane win the game? Whitemane's been making it through drafts.
Have we seen Bickle play Whitemane?
I don't think.
Alexstrasza is open. We know that he loves the Alexstrasza.
I think like I said, I think the Kayn value will be a little bit more prioritized here. I think Yrel Whitemane just wins.
There's your ETC
There's
line.
ETC. Oh yeah.
And Kael'thas.
I like Kael'thas.
He's sort of a backup pick with Maiev, but and this has been reflective all season because I've been following stats. Jaina's win rate is or has been for a while sub 50% across. Across NGS, but
are they picking Alex?
Kael'thas is. Well, they can't pick Alex. Kael'thas is like above 50%, where Jaina tends to be a little bit below.
I think I would argue though.
The Shapes can't pick Alex.
No, she's banned.
Oh, so she is. I'm paying attention.
I feel like Kael'thas might be a little bit better on this map than Jaina. Just a little bit.
I don't think
I would say that I agree.
He's had a good season. There's the Decker and the Dahaka. Okay. See, I thought those two would go probably where the ETC Kael'thas were.
All right, so who are we seeing here? Alexstrasza, Kayn, Tyrande, and Whitemane off the table.
They need something bulky up front to help the ETC
like,
out.
Do they do Thrall again?
Like, are they trying to force Bickle onto the Stukov again? You can get to a Stukov with Diablo.
They're going with the Stitches.
That's an off-lane ETC.
This is bizarro.
Stitches can offlane.
Stage dive. Your post 70's fine.
But ETC's probably is. Well,
I don't care
this
for
is
it.
Extremely bizarro.
I think Stitch is a better offlaner than ETC. But you're not going for your ganks anymore.
I actually think when teams take these like this offlane ETC, I think they I understand like sometimes, but sometimes you have to make the sacrifice and maybe not take stage dive. Inferno's not that big of a map.
I don't know. Not a lot of good Mosh interrupts here. Perfectly spaced drag from Dahaka does it. Q from Raynor does it. Lornado.
APOC.
Like you put a huge amount of value on stage dive because you picked it while Dahaka was still up and you didn't ban him out. And Serenian's had a fantastic series, but I Make Memes is a damn good solo laner. That is the matchup that I'm gonna watch because Dahaka just beats the what out of ETC and wave clear at least until 7.
So this is a very classic Shapes comp.
Yes.
They have a you can't get to our Raynor, so you lose. Comp. And Tassadar has something weird, so I don't have a good evaluation.
But weird has worked. You know what? Like you've run the Stitches effectively, and the hooks were not the biggest part of game 4. It was more the presence, the soak, and the poison dot damage.
Oh, I knew Bickle doesn't play Whitemane. I'm coaching him later this week.
Wow.
Thanks, coach.
I'm
Spoiler
sorry.
alert.
It's 12:15.
Linehouse with the Bizarro analysis and picks.
Yeah, your reverse pick.
How do we gonna bet against you here in game number 5?
You're not gonna be able to, because I'm not gonna make a pick. I want these teams. I want the teams.
You can't
to
get a
win
game
without me
6.
cursing. Without me cursing, one of the teams. I want them just to win it straight up.
All right. We're gonna see how
This is
goes.
gonna be
This
crazy.
is gonna be wild. All right,
This
man.
is gonna be
Let's get into
ridiculous.
Let's get into this video game. Game number 5. We're about to conclude the series. The Shapey Boys, a square and 4 triangles going up against Tickle Me Tassadar. Crow, you want to introduce the shapes?
Sure, I'll take the shapes for the very last time. We have Mortician on Kane this time. Dark Shadow on the Rainer. Wise Guy on Jaina. I Make Memes on the Dahaka. And Joe finally putting down the hammer and playing Diablo rather than Muradin.
For Tickle Me Tass, looking for the reverse sweep. Old Pro on that Stitches yet again. Bickle on the Stukov. Nikki Santoro will be playing the Maev. Shiba will be playing Kel'Thas. And Serenian is on the Rock
The
Gun himself.
offlane ATC.
Let's go. Old Pro usually starts off 0 for 1.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like he's just trying to feel it out a little bit. Take a look at our level 1 talents. And yep, there we go.
Hey, you got a minion. That's a very dead minion.
No, that's fine. Don't mess with the good thing. When you're working towards a reverse sweep, every little bit of superstition helps.
Mm-hmm. It's like 50% mental. Like both of these teams know that they're good. They both respect the hell out of each other at this point in the series. It's who has the mental fortitude. Pause. They're asking for a pause.
Pickle paused. I know this is a little off. But we can.
All right.
Lag on Rainer. 200 ping on Dark Shadow. Yeah, that would make it difficult.
That would do it.
That would make it difficult to play the video.
I'm actually seeing some lag on my end too.
In fact, he left. Okay. We'll hang out. Teams have plenty of time.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
The 200 ping just angered him way too much. He had to go.
Blizzard forcing 50% win rate.
Oh god. Level 1 talents on the board.
Level 1 talent.
Yeah. Let's take a peek at this. The Stukov build.
Oh wait, he said he's back.
Starting with low blow. I like how Pickle is putting everything behind the E because he's looked very good post 13. And we've seen some like double virulent reaction hits, and low blow will certainly help you secure kills. Who counts down?
Yeah.
Foul.
I mean, I can do it too.
It's true. AKA cat. Yep. We got a foul count. I got the pause break. Nope, you do. Rip. In-game overlays.
All right.
There we
Smooth.
go.
I like the rotations I'm seeing here from TAS. They have the aggression. They find. Quite get the. Old Pro gonna get rooted. All right. I like that though. I like the way that they're moving. I think they're finally in the zone. Game 5 is a good time to be in the zone.
They even take a minute to take the first Merc camp, the neutral Khosra camp in the bottom lane. See Serenian just trying to hold on up top. Drag misses from I Make Memes. And ATC's alright. Boy, if Tickle Me Tass has like the early XP lead going into the first objective, I'd almost like to see them play a little more aggro. Not be afraid.
I would as well.
Especially because
I think they have the comp for it.
They do.
Like, they have low blow on Stukov.
And in the early game when the objective is neither top nor bottom, Dahaka gets a little bit less value. And this is actually Dahaka's least favorite point. Because there's not too much you can do behind the enemy team. It's very obvious usually where he shows up. Both teams will settle.
Both teams getting their Khosra.
Yep. Goats on goats.
Also, have you noticed that Old Pro slams like every bush that he walks by when he's not sure where the enemy team is?
It's not honestly, it's not a bad habit. Seriously, like those are the small things.
Yeah, like started out game 1. I think they got surprised, floored by the just willingness to wait in bush and delete someone. The Shapes have, but at this point in the series, they've adapted.
Both teams Moving.
They've improvised with the stitches, and they have overcome so far.
A quarter level lead here for Tickle Me Tassadar. One of the first times in this series that we can say that they have the advantage heading into the first objective. They're even being more aggressive in the macro game.
A lot rests on Shiba to land the damage. If he misses a combo and they're waiting on his... They have very, very low damage.
And look at this. Square 4 triangles, again, not picking up macro first. Serenian is right above. Old Pro looking for the flank. Oh.
They get the
Do they get the
hook.
That's going to be at least trait. That's Burrow. Silenced. The
They
pull
get the
into the
Umbral
silence
Bind.
pool.
Oh, that was brutal.
Nicky.
They should have this now.
ETC slides. Diablo has a long way to go. Do they want the kill or do they want the objective? There's the root. Oh!
Oh my lord, that max range hook.
Serenian's got it.
This is uncharacteristic of the shapes.
They have a long...
There was not a unified decision on...
Nope. There's a long way to go. However, let's see if the death timers are an impingement on this first objective. Diablo's back in 5 seconds. Kael'thas is good clear.
Yeah, the shapes have had people die during the first objective and
They've
come
caught
back
up.
and steamrolled it later.
And they have the camp pushing top that Dahaka has to clean up.
Has to clean. This is looking good for the ticklers. Are they tickling Tassadar or are they being tickled by Tassadar? Those are the questions that keep me up at night.
You've got a lot of free time. What? I'm teasing you. You know, I actually do have to say, Crow, you put the onus on Shiva and the Kael'thas providing instant value, really helping to get that kill on Dahaka. Force all those cooldowns to be burned. Raynor gets jumped.
Look at Nicky's positioning. Nicky's waiting to see if they're going to be aggressive or not.
Does he want the drag?
He's
He
looking
does.
for it.
Only gets the Umbral on Jaina.
The hook barely misses that Raynor though. Old Pro has found his groove.
Stitches are the rhythm hero. It really is. Yeah, even when he's out of the meta, if you feel good on him and you can make the impact, why not? Oh. Joe has to be very smart with devastating charge here.
That's a good target. He needs to be hooked. Oh, it doesn't quite find. Mine might be
alright.
Diablo way too tanky.
The threat is still there. And a little bit more of an XP lead. Half level lead.
Yeah.
Another neutral camp pick up by Tickle Me Tassadar as we flash our talents.
Yeah, they're getting the macro advantage. They're playing their macro very, very confident.
Yeah, another sign that they're ahead in macro. Take a look at the quest and the stacks. 18 for Kael'thas on Mana Addict. Pacing Jaina, who only has 11 globes for Fingers of Frost at level 1. Even ETC doing well, 13 globes on Prop Rock.
Australian doing really well in soft lane ETC so far in this matchup. I've been watching it. He's doing just a great job catching the wave, avoiding much Dahaka value. Like, he knows he's not going to die to Dahaka, and he knows that Dahaka is not going to die to ETC. So
it's all about globe
Stay
bully.
safe.
Yeah,
So-
it's all about globe bully there, and ETC always with his double, hard CC and his base kit does very well at bullying globes.
the bruiser camp for Tickle Me Tass is up in a little under a minute.
It is a top objective, however, so that shouldn't have too much value. In fact, there's the rotate. Jaina chasing Maya. Nikki has used Spirit of Vengeance and does get dragged.
Nikki gets drugged.
Should be all right. Serenian's there for the body block. Jaina uses Blizzard to no effect. A little bit of chase on ETC. Joe is here. The three-man commit up top. They want the chip damage to answer out what happened to their top lane, but I'm wondering if Tickle Me Tass makes an aggressive rotate in the bottom lane. It looks like they've got they got a Raynor caught.
Oh, they were not expecting that.
Miss. Wow. Oh, that's still a lot of damage. Old Pro? Wow, they stage dive in. They need to
stage dive in.
They need to get
He
this
wants
kill.
it. He's
an aggressive play. That's all right because
it is okay. It could have been spectacular. I just don't think they expected Raynor to be there because the square and four triangles is usually so.
And now ETC just needs to hang out a little bit, to mid or top with the next objective up. Level 10's online for Tickle Me Tassadar. We did see the stage dive.
He's heading back to the top lane.
Yeah, Putrid Bile, Phoenix, Warden's Cage, and Flailing Swipe. On the side of square and four triangles, we do get the Welly yet again paired with Lightning Breath, Isolation, Hyperion, and Lornado.
I'm excited to see how this team fight breaks down.
Tickle Me Tassadar gotta feel good. 2-0 in terms of kills. This is an exposed top lane. In fact, that's a Welly mid. Nikki.
That's insane.
Oh no, they got Raynor.
Hyperion's
Serenian.
immediately gone.
There's the silence.
In the silence.
The cage
Warden's
to answer.
cage.
There's the root. Dark Shadow might make it out. Actually gets bounced back in. Raynor low. Has to get through Future Vial.
Health.
No. Joe could be next. Watch for the devastating charge. There's a Lightning Breath to answer. He's at half health. Lornado comes out. Cancels Lightning Breath early. Gets hooked back in. There's that little micro stun Serenian with a follow-up. Power slide into Face Melt. And Diablo cannot get out. That is 100 souls.
That is crazy. So hold on. I want to call back to earlier in the series here. Shapes have been good about not blowing their ult when they are dying, or almost guaranteed to die, because they're going to come back and they're getting 10 objectives with them.
Yep.
They blew their heroics there.
Hyperion came out as well, and that's
no Lightning Breath, no Hyperion. Like Lornado was used, but like it's back up because there's Lornado. All they have is Isolation, Welly, and Lornado.
Stage dive ETC is prepped. Raynor on the way. There's the engage.
Tickle's been caught.
There's a stage dive, though, on the backside. Wise Guy might be the target. There's the Umbral Bind. Lornado comes through. Serenian does find a way to power slide through a few members. Is in deep here. There's a silence. The isolation came through, but Maiev actually wound up dodging the drag. Serenian, long way to go. Needs to watch out from Diablo. Friendly hook does not come through. I Make Memes and Joe are both low. There's the root from Deckard Cain. A bit of disengage. 21 to 6. There's another Umbral. Dahaka. I don't think I Make Memes has buttons. Putrid Vial.
Dark Shadow's actually very low here as well. Hook is out. It finds him.
What an
back
angle!
in and gets murdered by the fan of knives. Nikki's going for more. Finds
That's a full death. That's a
back
full
in.
death.
No, just the ETC says, I'm not going to wait for the bind. Going for the power. Gets the living bug. And that is lights out for the Lord of Terror.
Tickle Me Tassadar is pushing all the right buttons. I'm feeling good. They're feeling great. They have picked up another objective in an exposed top lane that has fort damage. Sheba's sitting on this. They want to prep the lane out a little bit. 36, yep.
I mean, why not? They have all the time in the world.
Moving up on the fort. This should be them threatening keep wall. They need a couple kills to get a keep, but they do have the 13 talent tier advantage. They're up 7-0 in terms of kills. What is happening?
I don't know.
What? We're not gonna lie, like, we were not sure this was going to game 4. This looked bad. Tickle Me Tassadar actually missed a secondary ban, and we thought they were gonna cho'gall it in game 3. They are moving on top keep.
Keep over the wall. Shadows over the wall. Lightning Breath is out just to try and clear off the
doing
keep.
a lot. Nikki wants the
gonna
chain.
get the Umbro behind.
Needs the vault.
Has the vault to get out. Warden's Cage does find
Hook.
Jaina. Hook is out on Joe, though.
Power slide, face melt.
Tanky, but Diablo's not that tanky.
Hyperion with a Blizzard follow-up is enough to deter the rest of the members of Tickle Me
They're gonna go ahead and take
Tassadar.
that Bruiser camp, though.
Why not? That's the second kill on Diablo following the 100 soul stack. Whoa!
Oh my god!
Do they have the follow? Serenian?
They don't have the follow-up. Old Pro has ascended and become some sort of Stitches deity in the twilight hour of their need. I don't know how many goats he sacrificed.
Those are the
that's why we haven't seen Yrel since then.
Those are the hooks that you like laugh at because you're not even expecting a win. Like you're not mad at your teammates for not following up. You're just like, let's see if I'm feeling it. Oh, a Raynor. Wait, are they gonna make the?
Old Pro's looking for the hook again. He knows they're coming.
You can see ETC in the middle of that lane with stage dive. If they got a hook in that alleyway, I could see them just trying to snowball. They are now with mid fort going down to mercenaries 2.5 levels up.
They're barreling onto 16. This is gonna be a 16v 14.5 objective, if that.
I don't even know if 14.5 is achievable. They need.
I like to be an optimist, Robo.
They need a lot of soak. Warden's Cage is not available. The Lornado disengages but doesn't do too much.
There's the hook on Joe again.
Wise Guy's on the flank. Keep an eye on Jaina there. This is not a ring.
They find the drag onto Serenian as he gets dragged back in. He's gonna stay down to get out.
Oh, the isolation!
Drops. Beautiful job by I Make Memes there.
Sheba's
They're gonna
next.
disengage the fight here. Sheba has been found. Slam is out. And that is going to be 2 down for Tickle Me Tassadar. The Triangles find a way back into this game. But like, what can they take? All their mercs have been taken. The neutral camp's down. Their lanes are pushed in. They can't really do anything with these kills.
They need
except be aggressive.
They need 3 lanes of soak, and they need to set themselves up for the possibility to have 16.
Hook goes out. Raynor almost rides into it.
He's starting to get chunked out, too, by the slam from Stitches. There's the virulent reaction route. We can see the Umbral Blind coming through. Bickle still trying to hold Dahaka low. Got down to about a quarter health. Had to pop trait. Serenian's coming in. Deckard.
He's on the Deckard Kane. Mortician in the back line. Hyperion is popped, and the Lornado is used to split up the fight. Lightning Breath onto Nikki.
Nikki actually threw Shade forward. Has a long way to go. Dark Shadow with the chase. Serenian should have Power Slide in a few seconds. Old Pro.
Old Pro jukes him out. Oh, not quite.
There's
Pops
Bile.
Bile. We're going to see you re-engage here to try and save
He
Old
lives
Pro,
for a long time. Serenian might make a play
Kill
here.
is coming.
Oh, Nikki. Oh, the hook comes through. Dark Shadow. That's a 1-for-1. There's the huge grab.
Oh my
the follow-up by Sheba.
Gracious, the Kel'Thas damage.
3 for 1. Serenian's
Power
going to
Slide
make it
finds
4.
Kane. 4 for 1. They're pinging the keep, or the fort. Keep might be a little ambitious.
Tickle me, Taz putting Deckard in the pickle. Nikki Santoro on this Maiev. Taking this pick away from a square and 4 triangles. And
Objective is up.
They're up 12-3 in terms of kills. This is an
Nikki plays a mean Maiev. He's popped on the stream.
This is a key. This is bot key.
Broke it out. Yeah, this is Do you think they siege it with they siege it with the Phoenix? That's hard to say. Or do they save the Phoenix for the team fight? The Phoenix has actually been getting a lot of value in these team fights by splitting them up.
You still need probably 2 kills to end the game. They haven't lost a fort, obviously. Only mid has been touched. They don't really.
Nikki is going to try and find a follow-up with the Punisher jump. And if they convert that into either a hook or a power slide face melt, that could be it, depending on who gets caught.
Double camp pressure with Serenian on stage dive. ETC actually will join up here. I thought he might have pushed mid a little bit more. This could have been a double keep play. Instead, they move towards bottom. I think this is the
safe play.
We get the keep, and when the keep goes down, we see if we can end it with a hook. There's the first jump. Right? Because you see, Maiev doesn't move in yet. They need to get past the wall. That's a half health Cena who moves up. Now watch for the next jump. If it actually lands. No, there's the hook.
Does go out.
Too much burn.
And they're not going to get... Yeah, wow. Not expecting that. Joe is off. Lightning Breath is in. Slowing Sheba down. He's going to be the target here. Looking for the drag. Oh, Seth. Great stun save. That is out on the backside.
Oh my god.
Dark Shadow goes down here. They have it. Nikki's low in the back line. He's taking Hyperion. The Water Elemental Bickle. Forget. They're low. They need to disengage this fight.
Sheba's actually backing. There's the swipe.
If they're the filling swipes, they're still gonna have the chase here. Diablo finds the overpower onto Bickle. Power slide to save him. It's not gonna be enough. Hit on the wall. This is a game.
2 camps mid. We'll have to keep an eye on where that ends up.
Radiant's not gonna get out.
Does he have power slide? Yes.
Oh, he does. Oh my lord! I thought Diablo was gonna have the overpower
the
shadow charge there.
Did he take?
He did take the wall.
He took crowd surfer.
He took crowd surfer.
I didn't even see that little icon. Get the hell out of Dodge. All right, Seer. I'll roll with it, baby. 2-level lead, despite the bobble there and the inability to pick up the keep in bottom lane. Tickle me, Tassadar, 2 levels up. They're looking for the 20 advantage. Oh.
Imminently.
Now they don't have the man advantage, but they do have the fort.
Look onto Wise Guy.
Look at
Block is out right away. Phoenix dropped.
Welly was used. Sheba.
He's half health.
There's Mana Addict.
They secure the Kel'Thas on their way out.
Staggered deaths, and Old Pro now actually has to use the R button. Serenian with the Prog Rock to get a little bit of healing, and Putrid Bile just to disengage. It was Mana Addict versus Welly, and the Welly won.
No fishing hook.
They just need to relax. They need to look forward to the 20 talent here fight.
Yeah.
13-6 in terms of kills. What was a 2-level lead is now down to a level and a half. Boy.
God, that time hurt so much.
Square they need to be a little worried. They're going aggressive here for this fort, which they don't have the wave advantage.
This is their last
Let him go.
To not be 20.
It's a good couple cooldowns,
they think. Into 20.
Yep.
But they have a camp pushing into their mid keep and the towers, and then
The
I don't think it's gonna secure the keep.
No, they'll keep the wave there though. Over time it might be able to do something. I make memes moves up, no drag, and with Kel'Thas back, finally Tickle Me Task can back up. They have Serenian working down there.
Damn.
Camp pressure.
I think it was actually really, really big for Square to take that fort, take the fountain.
It gives them
Fountain's equal now.
It gives them the opportunity to take a fight without having to worry about the reset into the well play. However, they are so behind on macro. This is wow. Double camp mid, and with a Kael'thas, this is an easy pickup bottom. Dahaka will have to take care of this.
They have the 20 advantage.
Are they? No, they're not going to take bottom. Are they? Serenian.
No, they're running right to top. Serenian could look for it. I think he just wants to make sure that if they have a hook play, he's there.
I'm okay with this because they've struggled a little bit. They've staggered some deaths. You want to rush the 20 and get the objective. I'm okay with it. The risky play would have been to keep Serenian, the off lane, let Square and 4 Triangles make the first move. But you have all of your forts. You have both of your forts in mid and bot. What are you gonna? You're gonna trade an objective for mid fort?
No, they're coming. They're gonna look for a flank on Kael'thas. Yeah, they're going for Kael'thas. They get spotted by the minion wave. Old Pro sees them. Gets a 5-man slam.
Nikki's up at the front there. There's Putrid Bile. Watch the Maya play. Wow. Early Cage has put a number in there. I make memes using the trade. Hyperion
she was just being murdered by Dark Shadow in the corner.
Nikki's in trouble. Hyperion might wind up getting rid of Maya. VTC goes down first. Old Pro is in trouble. A Square and 4 Triangles are going to get the ace. Nikki could be next. Dark Shadow meleeing with Raynor. Maiev goes down. Bickle cannot get out of here. That's an ace.
That is incredible.
This might...
What happened?
Is this it?
They didn't let him get a hook. I think that's it. That's definitely key. I think it's keep, and then they are trying to defend, and if they lose one kill, trying to defend here, that's it. Loredo's already back up. Raynor's prepping the wave. Jaina's getting their wave ready to push.
Raynor hasn't picked a 20. Upgrade on Hyperion, possible. Winner mute. Oh,
that was insane. They let themselves get split like that. Shiba needed to stay near the team, so Raynor...
Well, the Hyperion and the Dahaka flank. So I make memes with the first target. Again, when I say somebody has negative hit points, it's like if you just stand there and nothing happens, you're going to die. Again, the dot on Kael'thas, ready to finish him off, pops trait. Hyperion comes through, and a huge isolation. The isolation on Nikki sealed it. Because Maya, is your sort of counter-engage, and she's just running around with a bubble on her head. Almost going down to Hyperion, and ETC goes down first.
Frozen Punishers.
10 seconds on Hyperion.
Not a huge deal.
Winner mutes up. What's the 20 on Diablo?
10 seconds on Lightning Breath.
That's the blink. I thought Hellstorm on a core, by the way, is a lot of fun. There's the swipe. It answers out Hellgate, but Old Pro gets...
Old Pro's isolated.
He's okay.
There's a root on Nikki.
Could be in trouble. Wow, Wise Guy took a ton of damage. Putrid Bile.
The living bombs are doing work here. Welly's out. That's a big root on Old Pro.
Winds up pulling Serenian, who's in on the backside. There is the counter. ETC goes down, as has been the way that these teamfights have gone down. Warren's Cage bounds a bunch of people around, but Shiba could be in trouble. The next target is Kael'thas, who actually answers the tongue with a gravity lapse. Keep will go down momentarily. I don't know if this is game, though.
Yeah, Shiba's been putting out a lot of damage on the Kael'thas here.
Raynor's gone down.
Late game. They can get reverse. They can get swept here.
Oh,
or the dig from Dahaka.
Old Pro.
He's looking for a hook. Doesn't find it.
Chain. There's a Hyperion. This has been a problem.
That's it.
Maya just.
That's a kill on Nikki. They need to disengage. Wait. They can defend their. They chase.
Wait.
No way.
Wait.
Oh my gosh, Mortician.
Fire Stomp was too far away. He's got a lot of real estate to run to.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on top, though. Now Nikki can back. 6 seconds, 5 seconds on ETC.
My lord.
What is this video game?
This game is so close.
Oh my
Hook goes
God.
out, doesn't connect. Jaina was in range.
Like, multiple members of Square and 4 Triangles have been seconds away from death and either used, in the case of Doc or Raynor, their trait. Like, the bomb damage from Shiba is huge. The Deckard Kin can cover it with shield pots. And Serenian has gone down on ETC multiple times. And in the last 2 big team fights have gone down first. They're trying to get the power slide combo with ETC, but if he goes in and he doesn't secure the kill, he's just insta-gypped.
Every single time I see teams do camps this late in the game, I get anxious because this is
Here
a
comes-
really
here comes-
good spot for Diablo to fight.
Stitches is all right. There's the Warden's
Cage. Water
ETC
elementals
goes
out.
through on the backside. There's a big silence pull. Jaina's in trouble. The first kill is there. It's the Haka, Diablo, and it's Jaina. It's Serenian now trying to track
Mortician's
down
running
Kane.
away. Serenian's
Here's
on the
the bind.
chase.
He's done.
Gets the Umbral
This is
bind.
it.
He's down.
That's 4.
That's it. That's it. They've got to go. They've got to run it down. Diablo has respawned with the Soulstone. Top lane's going to be a problem.
They're going bottom lane. They're going bottom lane for the keep. Raynor
They're going
might...
to try and end it. Rainer's going to go top and try and race.
It's Diablo and Raynor. Diablo with no souls. Raynor has high.
They're going for it. Yep. There goes the ETC to defend.
That makes sense. Just drop your global, even though he's only got 30 seconds. He needs to worry less about the Raynor here, and more about the Caddis. Yeah, and
He shoved him into fort range.
which was well played. Like seriously, small little bits like that.
They're gonna go for it. Are they gonna try and? Can
ETC
that 4-man beat that 3-man?
Oh boy, Hyperion.
Oh my gosh. Base race to end the
80.
series.
Foul, do your magic. 70. 60, 60. That's it. ETC goes
60%,
down.
ETC
50.
Down.
Oh
50,
my god.
40.
30.
Tassadar's got this. Tassadar's got this.
They actually finished the sweep. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
What is this? Oh my god, the 3 seed
my
comes back.
God.
Hold on, I gotta hit the button. Oh, Tickle be Tassadar. The 3-2
was absurd.
comeback.
Oh my god. They were down so much. They had so much to fight for.
They tried to throw that game. They tried. I think they did at one point. What?
Where was that Stitches game 1 and 2?
Pocket picks, baby.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
What?
I'm speechless. I'm gonna talk 'cause it's my job. So
What?
that was absurd. Could they have defended if Raynor and Diablo hadn't gone? I don't think so. I think
no, because the
I think-
ETC will just
yeah,
stay
the risk is too big because they can get Umbral binded onto, they can get hooked, and they have staggered deaths, and even if they don't finish the core,
I think
They're
that was the right
forced
call.
out.
I mean,
from them.
look
I
at
think it was the right call. They had the race.
Look at this. I'm looking at the map selections right now. Square, square, and then the reverse sweep.
I think that's the best
didn't-
series I've seen in NGS.
Yes.
That was
Yes. I'm trying to think back. Last season, I had some really good playoff matches and like some longer like sets, but I have never had a set end the way that it did with towers and shrines. And what happened?
So
Back-to-back nail
Because
biter.
like
Yeah.
not only did Tickle Me Test have to reverse sweep, they were down 12-2 on core, on
like,
towers.
That's what I was talking about. Like that
They
engage.
they gave up an ace on a post 20 objective
Yeah.
and won.
That engage into the camp was why I was saying like those late game
Ooh.
engages in camp make me super nervous.
Well, you know what they did? They dropped. You can see Nicky at the front. He just dropped the
Warden's Cage.
The Warden's Cage immediately, right? And
Yeah.
that there was enough sort of zoning, if you will, to just absolutely body Diablo. Jaina kept getting caught, and Jaina did a great job throughout most of that game of just barely living. Same thing with Raynor, but that choke point was the end
That
of it.
was insane. I think if it didn't seem like the shapes were ready to fight over that.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that set ended that way. Oh my!
Neither can I.
That was
I
insane.
can't believe we went from 12-2 towers into gave up an ace late game down keep base race infernal shrines. Like
I mean, there's that, but also like game 1 and 2, the Shapey boys dominated those games,
Oh my god! All right,
Right?
We're about to be.
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden,
we
oh,
need to get
man.
an interview.
Yeah.
We need to get Bickle in here.
Like what? All right, hold on. I've got to figure out. Hold on, you got to help me out. Because
Okay.
we gotta do the swap. All right, so
Yeah, we gotta change over into Blizz's voice so we can hear Bickle and he can talk to us about that series because
I gotta mute. Hold on. We're gonna do this. Let's everybody turn party voice on. Join party voice. Okay. Do we have everybody? Everybody should be here.
That was crazy. Remember to mute yourself in Discord, though.
Yep.
Got it.
Can't breathe.
Ah!
Bickle, can you hear us?
I can hear you, but I can't breathe.
What a set, baby! That was so much fun.
That is the greatest
Bickle
series in NGS I have ever.
You reverse sweeped, then you waited to game 4, and then you reverse swept, and then you waited to game 5, and you said, "Here, take this," and they said no, and then you took. Dude, hold on a minute.
I don't know anymore.
You didn't click a ban in game 3, and we thought you quit. We thought they're throwing Cho'Gall. We're like, that's it. We're out. No bans. We don't need it. That's it. And you reverse swept.
We had a ban. I legitimately froze on the spot. I was just panicking.
What
Luckily,
fun!
it didn't come back to bite us, and I don't even know.
All right, Bickle.
What was the ban?
Yeah, what?
The ban was Gul'dan.
All right, let's get things started. Bickle, introduce yourself. Tell us about Tickle Me Tassadar, the Season 5 Division C champions.
Yes, well,
Holy
hi everybody,
hell.
I'm Bickle. I'm the captain of Tickle Me Tassadar. So Tickle Me Tassadar, 3 of us, me, Old Pro, and Sheba, are from the remnants of a team last season, Team SPLHCB, which had a lot less success to say.
That's true. Actually, I think I might have casted. your exit last season. I remember you guys.
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely
believe
Hearts
so.
Club Band.
Yeah, but Old Pro and I have known each other for a bit, through Crow, through L5s. We started playing a bit.
We go back. We go back a ways.
We met up with Sheba last season, had some fun there. And Old Pro and I also met our solo laner, Serenian, through L5s also. He kind of coached us a bit, and they were like, hey, let's play some games.
Serious spooky
And that
skeletons.
ended up working. And our original 5th, like 3 games or 4 games into the season, he's like, hey guys, I hate to do this, but I have to drop out of the series.
Okay.
I have like personal stuff going on, so we're like, oh god, we need a 5th. So our 5th actually couldn't make it tonight.
Wow.
Bayonetta is a fantastic player, and she's helped so much this season, but she had something going on, so we had to pull in our sub, who we also met through last season. He was on one of the opposite teams, Nikki Santoro.
I know Nikki.
Cannot thank him enough for tonight. He played like a boss when we needed him most, and I'm just in shock right now. But yeah, we came into this season thinking, you know what, let's just play, have some fun. We had some good games here and there, and then once we brought Bayo on as our 5th, we're like, we got something special here. So we started doing pretty damn well. We went on, I think, a 12-game run without losing a game before we lost our last series before playoffs. So that was a bit of a... I honestly think that was good for us.
Okay.
Like, hey, we're not as untouchable as we thought. And playoffs has just been amazing games.
Very cool, man. I mean, that
We had
was...
a 3-game set against Sidestep, a 3-game set against Nephilim, and then this.
Yes. Boy.
This monstrosity of a series.
Dude, that was...
Yeah.
Seriously, that was just awesome, wild
What?
stuff.
Okay, I need to ask the questions on everybody's mind.
Go ahead.
What prompted the stitches?
Old Pro loves his stitches. I think, Crow, you know this. Old Pro loves his stitches.
Yeah, I know. I remember working with both of you on stitches. Follow up.
Yeah. So
But-
coming in, we're like, you know what? If we ever go to Tomb, we're gonna try a Stitches pick comp. We haven't played it all season. Let's give it a shot. And usually, when we lose a game, we go first pick. That's what we've done basically throughout this entire playoffs.
Yep.
But we decided, you know what? Game 1 and Game 2 were ugly. There's no other way to put that. Game 1 was they destroyed us. It was terrible. So Game 3, we're like, you know what? Even if we're gonna get stomped here, let's play something we like. Let's play something we're gonna have fun with. And Old Pro finally got to bust out his stitches, and we're like, you know what? For old time's sake, Old Pro, Stitches mouth, let's go.
It was the difference, man. It was 100% the difference.
I'm legit surprised that Stitches was not banned in Game 5. I'm really shocked by
Honestly,
that.
I can say so were we.
I can't believe that they stuck to their Joanna ban.
They just weren't afraid of it.
Ban
Yeah.
because that is Old Pro's tank. That is who he plays almost always. But yeah.
Yeah, but he was playing the Stitches.
Yeah, the Stitches came in clutch, honestly.
If you're that worried, like you've played what, 2 games on Tehran this season?
I've played a couple games. Yeah, maybe 2, maybe more. I don't know. But I don't understand.
If they're that worried about old pros tanks, why not Joanna Stitches? As
they
their
banned,
first 2 bans.
I think they banned Alex Straza instead, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, there was...
Alex
Even then, I
Straza I can
still
understand
agree.
because I like her on Infernal Shrines. I tend to play her a bit.
Of course.
But I think at that point, you say, all right, beat me with your support, not your tank.
Yeah. And game 3, we're like, you know what? Let's have fun here. And then it came out really well. We're like, okay, this is just... You know,
I guess
let's
this
try
is our
Stitches again.
life
Let's
now.
go to a map that Stitches works with. So we go to Towers. Gets down there, we're like, you know what? We're not out of this yet. Let's keep going. Let's just play. We had some misplays here and there, but we were able to get a lot of good team fights at the end and snowball it into, I think we had 2 shots left on our core.
Yes. Yeah,
We're
it was,
like,
there was
okay.
12-2. That was the coolest delay
12-2.
ever, man. Because you could just see it. It's you guys wind up having bottom back, and you're like, okay, alter, boss.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
once we got game 5, we realized we can do this. We have momentum. We can reverse sweep this.
Mhm.
And
But I gotta ask, when you lose that top objective and get aced, did you think it was over and get on Infernal there? Did you think they could just run it down?
thought that could very well be game.
Okay.
We're like, okay, all 5 down. They can probably just push, keep, and end this. And I'm surprised they didn't.
Well, I think that lane was pushed back enough that made them question it. I think they could have done it maybe, but I think they questioned it because of how far back that lane was.
Agreed.
I think they could have gone for it. They had it was kind of a weird engage under the keep. You guys had really good disengages. I know you busted out a couple.
Yeah.
Pretty
And-
good abilities.
Wow, I mean, that was just,
Alphas
that was hot.
undrugged
Fight
himself.
on the
right?
siege
That was
camp.
hot.
Just, I think Diablo charged in at Nikki. Nikki's like, I'm gonna cage him, and then 2 more walk in. We're like, okay.
Yes.
Throw silence down, and we get 3 kills there. We're like, this is game.
I mean, they had so many tools that could just frustrate the cage, and like you can see, Nikki was just get it out there early, try to get a couple people inside, but like you're like, okay, you got ice blocks, if you will, on Dahaka and Jaina, and shield pots,
Yeah.
and like a lot of this series, it seemed like you guys had a hero that was like an auto attack or a spell away from dying, and they got away, and they got away.
Yeah.
And part of what turned it was just those small little incremental bits of damage. The first kill seemed to win. In the second half of that set, dude, that was just fun, man. That was really cool.
Yeah. That was amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
Over under. I was gonna say over under 3 heart attacks on your team after game 4.
Over. I think each of us had at least 2.
That was awesome.
I'm beautiful series, beautiful hots.
That was
What do
amazing.
you want to see?
All right, Bickle. We actually. Oh, you know what? I actually just whipped up a slide. We've got to do Div C All Stars, but before that,
You haven't done that yet.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, I totally skipped it. And then I was like, oh, Wayne sent me something earlier today. So we're going to do that. But before that, the captain of the Division C champions, sir, your shout-outs.
Okay. Shoutouts. First off, shoutouts to you, Bobo, you, Crow, you, Linehouse, you, Falendrith, all 4 of you. Thank you so much for being here for this game. It's amazing. And listen, Bobo, Linehouse, Falendrith, I love you guys, but I have to give a special shout out to Crow. Crow, I fucking love you, man.
You guys have a good connection, man. That's really cool.
Yeah. Old Crow and I know each other because of our connection through you, and that's part of the reason this team's even around, so
Very cool.
thank
You,
you for...
you guys did me so proud, and I was actually worried I was being a little bit in the first 2 games. But you guys really came back.
Yeah.
It was amazing to watch. You gain your momentum, hit your stride, and get into your comfort zone with these heroes.
Honestly, reading that it was you guys on the cast, I'm like, we have amazing casters.
Hey.
This is going to be an amazing set either way. Shoutouts to a square and 4 triangles. You guys, honestly, after game 2, I'm like, well, this was fun. The ex- we were like, okay,
we had
good. We had some fun times here. It's been a great season. We're C West champs. We got that under our belt.
We had a built-in break. Like I didn't even think we were gonna get to use it. And like I said, like I honestly like facepalmed when you let that ban go in game 3. I'm like, oh guys, come on.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So did I.
What? Jesus. That was the listen, BKL dude. That was the best series I've had ever. In NGS.
Ever.
Bar none.
Easy.
Yeah. The Square and 4 Triangles, you guys played absolutely amazing, and it was an absolute pleasure and honor to play against you in this amazing series. You guys are rightfully the C East champions, and I think any other day, this could go back and forth as to who really wins Division C.
That's cool, man. Congrats. Well earned.
Let's go to all of Division C, C East, C West. You guys, it's been a pleasure to play against you guys, to call you friends, to call you opponents. It's been fantastic, and I hope to see you guys around, wherever. And the biggest shout-outs in the world go out to my teammates. Shiba, just an amazing Jaina player, an amazing assassin. I know we didn't let you play Genji that much this season, but I promise it's coming. You've played amazing this entire series. Your Kalefoss, I know you don't like him. You're sick at him still. Old Pro, your Johanna is magical, and Stitches can pull off miracles. And I think that was proved. Serenian, you started an assassin, you ended a solo. You're a damn good solo with that. I don't know what else to say. Thanks for coaching us earlier. Nikki, the sub of all subs, coming in clutch when it matters the most. When Old Crow was stuck in a hurricane, and when Bayo couldn't make it. And Bayo, or as your new username is, I still looked this up because I can't pronounce it, Amiona. You're an amazing player. I don't know how else to put it. Honestly, when we found out you couldn't make it, we were kind of panicking. Because you've done so many great things for this team. In last second when we needed a fifth, I think you are a major contributor to why we are where we are. And that goes to all of my teammates, and I cannot thank them enough. They are the best teammates a captain could ask for.
Well spoken. Pickle, you're the man. That was a pleasure getting to know you this season, dude. And I mean that.
It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely mean that. Absolutely. All right. Let's go look at some All-Stars.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's do that thing.
Let's take a peek at this. Start with West. Taking a peek. I see some familiar names up there. Shout out to Captain Snail. Hey, Snail. Love to see that. Bayonetta from Tickle that are making it up on the board there. Gonna take a peek at who else we got. A lot of members of Arrogant Nephilim. Quite a few members spread out. There's a couple of players from the virtual Murky Slayers we see in there. What a great name. Swagnaros. That's an all-star name. that is a listen, you might have been third place in the what is that Flex? Or off lane, I guess? Number one in our hearts. Number one in our hearts. I'll take a peek at East while we got BKL here. Dr. Shelley. Thumbs up. Give me the D shield. Made it quite far this season. What else is up on this board? Just about everybody on a Square and 4 Triangles. A couple of guys from Axel Esports. Thick Mane, another good name in there. Honestly, the names are my favorite part. And I make memes. It was dirty. See bashing. Good representation. Good to see the All-Stars, and thank you to Weenus for putting that slide together. Gentlemen,
well done, Weenus.
As always, we're big fans. Gentlemen, your closing thoughts as we end Season 5 in Division C.
Oh.
Do we retire after this? Because are we going to see a series as good as this ever again?
No, it just close it all up. No more Div C.
Yeah.
We're just gonna skip it. We're like, alright, we did good. That's it. It's just everybody can go to B or you can go to D. We're gonna clear out the middle.
It was a pleasure casting this season of the NGS. There have been some incredible teams, some incredible moments in the series. And I think that this series was like the cherry on top of a gigantic sundae. Like Linehouse said, I really can't imagine seeing or encountering a series like this again.
How many times you get a reverse sweep, let alone one with just like those game 4 and 5s?
Yeah.
I bet it ended a best of 5 on a reverse sweep with a core race.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So like,
I'm not gonna get that again anytime soon.
I also feel honored to like be a part of that moment.
That's cool. I saw the clip go up. I didn't know what a Square for Triangles got that to, but that was cool, man. That was even 60, and then about 30 it started to pull away. Never seen that.
I was gonna say I feel the same way. Like I'm honored that you guys let me join in as the analyst for this. That was an amazing series, a great way to end the I think the first season I really tried casting on NGS. So it was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to doing it in the future as well, some more. But thank you both for letting me piggyback on this magical ride.
And a shout out to Felindrith. Fal, say hi to the people.
Yeah, Fal, speak up.
Hey.
Hey, there he is.
I was ready this time.
Yeah, I know. I actually I take great pleasure in catching you off guard, but you're getting too wise.
Oh
for me.
well, I mean we can give that over to the team to get that Stitches kill.
Oh,
Game
man.
3, which I was completely unprepared for.
That was wild, dude. That was a great series, and Fal, thank you for the camera work as always, friend.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so I guess that's going to do it for us. The next set of grand finals will be going on all throughout this week. Tomorrow night, Storm Div. I heard, was it a joke that TMG took Chicken Nuggets' place? I don't even know if that was a thing.
Yes, that's a joke.
Okay. So Broken Alliance versus Chicken Nuggets for the Storm Div finals tomorrow night. The Ripper and Le Ghost Dunk will have that one. Div D off-brand Cereal, and that was Jimmy on Friday night. The uber chill pairing, like a nice smooth wine at the end of the night. Mystic and Tootie are gonna have that one. That's a pairing that I stumbled on by accident, and it's just a couple of cool dudes. And then on Saturday, to close things off, the Heroic Div, Texas A&M will be going up against Regen Black to close Season 5 out. Okay, that does it for me. I gotta go turn in my headcaster title. I'm gonna move on to things.
Let's say goodnight.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure to be working with all of you tonight and in the future, as I know we're all looking forward to the next things.
Likewise.
And apparently we're going we're going to Halloran for the raid. Very cool. All right.
Oh, nice.
Love the Hal.
Thank you to all the chat, right? All the viewers for coming out to watch this as well.
That's been fantastic.
They got a good one.
Yes. Dipsy chat's been lit all
We're
throughout the
so
playoffs.
good
Hey, he's still here.
Of course he's is. I'd be here too if I was him.
I thought he might have just gone off to
I
drink
can't believe
with
I haven't
friends.
heard any champagne pop in the back with Tickle yet. What's up with that?
No,
Oh,
you-
I won't push talk. It popped a long time ago.
Attaboy, Bickle! All right, gang. That is going to do it for us. Thank you